Welcome to DJ Yugo right before we start. I hope all of you are good, starting in a little bit. Thank you very much, Falcone and Marino4. Thank you very, very much. Enjoy a bit of cool blues and jazz, and we'll be starting in a second.
Child soldier, subscriber.
Welcome, my fellow Turks. Hassan might be gone, but not for long. Hey there, chap. We might agree that Hassan is Serbian, but do not say he is your favorite Serbian, okay? That's Alexa, obviously. I'm your favorite Yugoslav, because I'm not Serbian. Or am
Wonderful,
I?
a new child soldier.
At the end of the day, we might all be Serbian. Or Albanian, which, what really is the difference? Thank you very much, Capri Fun Time. Thank you very much, starting in a couple of minutes. What is up, Jeb? What is up, Jeb? Hype train for the beginning. How beautiful, how beautiful. Welcome, chatters. I am back after a small stint away from home. That was the first time I actually streamed away from home. Tested the traveling setup. It is very nice to be back. I had to end dry February. Had a ridiculously intense hangover Monday. And now I'm back with you today and tomorrow and most likely on Sunday. On Thursday, I will be taking a plane to an undisclosed location where I will meet my boss, JT from Second Thought, my favorite American Serb. Hakim, my favorite Arab Serb, will join me as well. And we will spend 7 to 8 days together in 2 cities. And I'm proud to say that I will manage to get them to an IRL stream here on YugopnikTwitch while we are over there if everything plays out properly. Dry February is over. Degenerate March is back. I did not miss hangovers. I did not miss hangovers at all. But it was a productive month, and it taught me that I don't really need the good old ethanol as much as I thought. Hugo, how is your taste in music so supreme? Thank you very much. No, it's I am the definition of what do you listen to, and I unironically say I listen to absolutely everything. To my surprise, though, after my small stint away, touching incredible amounts of grass, hugging many, many trees, and allowing my tree to be exploited, if you know what I mean, we found out that our supreme Serb here on Twitch has been banned. Free my man, the only Turk who I will forever stan. Yes, that indeed rhymed. Obviously, it sucks. Hasan has done more for the leftist community online than almost anyone else. I would like to say, Second Thought JT over on YouTube and Hasan here have managed to talk to hundreds of thousands of people and bring them closer to the goal. And of course, they don't want to see my man succeed.
Wonderful, a new child soldier.
The anti-Serbian
subscriber.
hatred is truly, truly rampant. The anti-Balkan sentiment of continuously calling us murderous thugs has eventually reached even my boy Hasan, and he is banned. Do we know for how long? Probably it's going to be a week. I really hope it's not a month. Thank you very much, Sentient Natalie, for the 4 months, and thank you, Dank McMuffin. If we hit that target, that would be absolutely fantastic. Hype train. I will not begin immediately with Chinese TikTok, which is usually what we do here when there is a hype train, but we will be back. 24 hours, just the 24 hours or a week, okay? I heard 3 days. Immediately starting with my favorite side gig, spreading misinformation here in chat. I'm guessing a week. For a very simple reason, because herder capitalism. Hasan makes too much money for Twitch for them to keep him away for too long. 57-year ban. I mean, my man has such an established community that even if he came back 57 years later, he will probably look even more swole and have an even bigger place in our hearts and on our screens. Let's start with me honestly getting an update on what the fuck is going on with the Hasan ban, because I honestly did not watch the video yet. So let's check it out. I mean, from what I've seen, he obviously metaphorically talked about the potential physical altercation that one should inspire when harming a mass of Americans that need free healthcare. That is the information I know. Obviously, this is all AI generated. He never called for the murder of anyone. He would never do that. As we all know, us leftists, we always exclusively advocate for peaceful transition of government, elections, respect, handshakes. We are very much against the divided United States. We call for class collaboration. We believe that most American politicians, even those quite literally working, as some would say, against the interest of the American people and working class, are also redeemable. We are Marxist, Gandhiists, truly believe in pacifism. Leftists never known throughout history to advocate for violence as a means of seizing power. That's not what we stand for here, of course. And I'm sure that Hasan agrees with this as well. He comes from a long tradition of Turkish and Serbian pacifism. Two people greatly known for taking shit and not doing anything about it, which is obviously what we suggest. I don't think Hasan genuinely did a call to violence and was just being hyperbolic, of course, but I get why Twitch still banned him. What I don't get is how he gets banned. People spreading racist lies about undocumented people. Holocaust revisionism and other insane shit don't get banned. Absolutely. That is, you can read Zizek on this particular topic, no matter what you think of him. We have a completely disbalanced perspective on what violence is, both verbally and physically, where simply sitting on the side and completely dehumanizing a whole people in the case of anti-Palestinian rhetoric is simply seen as participating in the marketplace of ideas, and yet suggesting that some people are such mega parasites that they have turned themselves basically into a non-human and therefore should not be treated as such. That is then, especially when it's people in power,
Wonderful, a new
that is
child
then
soldier,
considered to be
subscriber.
completely unacceptable speech, yet alone Luigiing them as a completely unacceptable act as well. Thank you, Zaraz. Hvala puno, brate, for the 6 months. Thank you, Bionic Broccoli, for the 6 months, and my favorite username in my Twitch chat, which is username 1238934 for the 12 months, a whole year. That is absolutely insane. He's definitely no Luigi. I mean, if you listen to some rightoid fucking cretins, including the fucking idiots over at H0, my favorite fucking wife guy, okay, with his renta friends, then,
Wonderful,
advocating for any form
subscriber.
of Palestinian existence is an immediate threat to all they deem Western values and true American freedom-loving way of fucking life. Thank you, Capri Funtime, for the 5 gifties. That is very, very kind of you. Fucking level 4 hype train. Here, your girlfriend or your mom might have told you that a 6 is okay, or that even a 5 is okay. Here, we don't lie to you. We are size queens when it comes to our trains, and we don't even feel them. We say, is it in yet? Is it in the tunnel yet? Unless it's 7, okay? We ain't modest about our size. And of course, I'm talking about hype trains. But yes, thank you to everybody who clicked like on the tweet so we can get as many chatters in this bitch as possible. And let's start out today's stream by pretty much checking out what a video essay Hassan, I have not watched this, has to say about why he was banned. Obviously, this is a strong anti-Hassan community here. We do not approve of radical anti-American communist rhetoric. That is very scary. We do not like it. Okay. We also suffer from gamer derangement syndrome. Therefore, a good-looking man is also something that threatens us deeply, and we do not agree with. Everyone who questions the status quo is de facto an innately insane Oriental barbaric animal, obviously properly represented in our enemy of the state, Hassan here. But let's listen to his side of the story because, of course, we are great enjoyers of the marketplace of ideas, and we need to hear people out even when they are dirty, dirty Greeks. Okay? Hassan is perpetually height maxing me. That makes me a reactionary. Absolutely. Our community here very famously loving and respectful of short people. We have definitely not invented the first defined manifesto of fully embraced heightism. Here on our stream, no, not at all. Absolutely never. Some band, you're now the best Balkan streamer on Twitch. Yeah, incredible stuff. I always have been because he's a dirty emigre. Okay, he migrated to the States, so he became a Yank. Okay, which I am grateful for. I mean, I wish we had more people like Hassan in my part of the world, but by him being over there, I can properly represent my people. So do not offend me here in chat by calling him one of us because he emigrated. He abandoned our great peninsula to mediocre shit posting. Okay, thank you, Atomic Glitch, you fucking G. Level 5 hype train. Let's go. Okay, yeah, let's hear this disgusting anti-American communist's perspective. As you can see from the get-go, it seems to be a very high-budget setup. You might be wondering how he can afford this, and some might answer, oh, it's the tens of thousands of people that really like him and watch him and financially support him, same like my beautiful subscribers. But no, it has to be Chinese money and most likely Palestinian money. If you don't know, the Palestinians, while being bombed, mass murdered, genocided, and ethnically cleansed, they also somehow are the most powerful and wealthiest people on the planet, which can pay off people like Hassan and many others on this platform, which is obviously disgusting and for sure completely anti-Semitic. I think that's what they told me to say. I'm not paid by anyone, or swear. Thank you, Spodderman. Only the best centrist ideals can be found here. Absolutely, we strongly encourage everyone
Wonderful. A new child
to
soldier.
talk
Subscriber.
to people that encourage genocide and treat them like normal human beings, and not, as some would suggest, rabid, war-hungry fucking maniacs that need to seek psychiatric help. Of course they don't. I don't mean that. Some people would say that. Of course, that's what I'm saying. This apparently murderous, disgusting, evil, pro-Chinese, anti-Israeli piece of shit. Let's hear his perspective.
Wonderful.
And completely
A new child soldier.
debunk
Subscriber.
it the way some people that smell worse than a horse stable would. Thank you, Maple Takes, as well, for the 7 months, you beautiful motherfucker. Okay, let's see where this goes.
What's up, everyone? If you're seeing this, that means I've probably been banned. That's right.
Oh, fucking finally, man. Somebody is putting a stop to this incredibly disingenuous and what's the word? Negative
Wonderful.
influence on the youth.
Subscriber.
Congratulations, chat. We have removed negative influence from our youth. They will no longer be hearing perspectives about how the current status quo is not the peak of humanity and how genocide is kind of bad, and that you should not sell your nukes because then everybody invades you. Or my favorite, which is that obviously America deserved.
Wonderful. A new
Which,
child
of course,
soldier.
he also never
subscriber.
said. Like, he absolutely never said that the 9/11 was. That also never said. I don't know. As I'm saying it, like Twitch is auto censoring me. It is very strange. Thank you, call sign Juan. Let's hope for the unbanned. He will be unbanned for sure. Thank you, Lars, and thank you, Barry Balls. Thank you very much. He will be unbanned because. Ironically, socialists like himself, hopefully one day, be obviously not on the same level. That's not even imaginable. But the capitalists are too busy selling. The capitalists are too busy selling their the rope we will hang them with, metaphorically, Twitch, to us by allowing us to an extent commodify even leftist propaganda, which then generates currency that we can reinvest in generating more communist propaganda. So let them. Ironically, on a capitalist platform, a communist is one of the biggest voices, and that has caught them in a lose-lose situation where they can quite literally not afford to lose him, for they risk losing a great amount of money as well. But imagine the crazy plot twist of kick Hassan. We need a leftist kick. That would kind of be base as shit. Probably only 3 days to a whole week, because Hassan wrote following in his Discord, Noah's here this whole week. We got hella fun shit lined up. No worries. That's sick. Yeah. The sensor noise is higher today. Yeah, because my agents from the Chinese Communist Party hit me up in panic mode today after they heard that one of their biggest spies was banned. So they were like, you need to increase the censorship button, otherwise something might sneak through. So I didn't want to get a cut in my payments, so I had to increase it. Apologies. I love to see Means TV end up on table. Speaking of Means TV, if you write !Means, you'll get 20% off and a whole week off using my link, which will also in perpetuity support this channel while supporting that absolutely amazing worker-owned media company. Companies like that, because of situations like this, show just how how necessary they are. They're not even a company, a worker co-op, right? Yeah, so you can get 7 days and 20% off, and it supports the show. Now let us continue hearing the lies of this evil communism man. Okay, evil communism man. Look at what evil communism does to your hairline. That's why you should stop doing evil communism.
Right. Cancel culture has finally come for me. Oh my God. It's over. It's over. The free speech warriors. Where are you now? They've taken me out, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that a Hassan Remembrance Tower? Yeah, of course. It's inspired by him. But now I added a little bit to it. But because the background is light, you can see right here, it's a thinking man, right? It is what you receive when you consume the great Zin. Okay, it is nicotine-induced perpetual thinking coma. Okay, proven to increase IQ, which is not real. Very aesthetics. There we go. Very aesthetics.
It's over.
Why is he not on a toilet? Yeah, because everybody's experienced this. You get blood cut off from your fucking legs. What was the worst one? My worst one is like blood kept running back into my legs for like 3 hours straight, dude. 3 hours straight. Thank you, Miu VDV, very much. Finally got the sub working again, Pog. By the way, did you see this year's carnival parades in Cologne? Can link later if you want. Spoiler, it sucks belly. Yeah, please send it. Oh my God, the parades that they did last year as well, the pro-Israel ones. I think I titled them the liberal parades. Yeah. Before we continue, by the way, chat, we have an update from our favorite attack dog. I don't know if you've seen this tweet of mine. My favorite attack dog, this is what he thinks of you, chat, okay? I hit him up, and I'm like, my chat made this, and his response was, tell them to die. I love Empanada. Please never change. Like, some people are even trying to make me fight. Like, he's not the friendliest guy around. Obviously, I respond to this anti-Empanada bullshit with I love him. Okay, having Empanada in your DMs is a surreal experience, because he will hit you up out of nowhere with incredibly specific questions or requests, and then completely disappear and like ignore you half the time when you text him about something. And when he does reply, he says stuff like, tell them to die. Never change Empanada. I fucking love you. Jesus Christ. The pinnacle, the apex predator of the shitbag left, okay? The apex predator.
I'm done. A couple days ago, I had a conversation where I was responding to the Republican.
For as many gripes and leftist infighting I would do with him, he's definitely a better online leftist than others. Oh, no, for sure, man. He's incredible. He's absolutely fantastic. Like, everybody needs that one friend that they can't introduce to other friends, but that they secretly prefer over all their other friends, so they just hang out with them. Everybody needs one of those, and that is the role that Empanada not only serves but has perfected in our wider community. Okay,
in House of
us, yes, you guys as well. Empanada is so whimsical. He's like a novel character I'm in love. Right? You can never guess what's gonna happen when he shows up.
Representative Speaker, and
he's the dark left. No, we call it the shitbag left, the piece of shit left. Okay, not dirtbag, not piece of shitbag left. That's who we represent, my friend, and we're trying to create a wider alliance of those who will protect the soft lefties and quite literally do everything differently than what is often suggested, and that is, yes, fall on their level, yes, be extremely toxic.
Wonderful. A new child soldier.
Two toxic people, and when they throw shit, you go and you drink 2 liters of Coca-Cola, and you eat 3 jalapeno burgers, and then you shit in a fucking bag, and you start throwing 10 times more fecal matter at those motherfuckers. Okay, we are tired of being bigger people. There is nothing bigger in sitting back and letting somebody walk all over you. Okay, thank you very much. Merry Christmas 45 for the 2 months. It is crazy. Welcome back to the community, my friend. Now let's listen to this evil man who hates America and absolutely does not think that politicians should be.
And I said some things. Let's take a look at what I said. Libs of TikTok, of course, posted about it. Here's what Libs of TikTok claimed I was saying. Hassan Parker just called for violence against a sitting U.S. senator. If you cared about Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott at FBI. This got 17,000 likes. This was on February 20.
10-minute rant after 26 seconds of the video. Welcome to the community, my friend. Usually they go longer, okay? I think my record was I was supposed to watch a 30-minute video, and I watched it for 4 hours. And I don't think I said a single thing related to what the video is about. Here's the pain and suffering. Which pain and suffering? What the fuck is this? Continue with... What? Is the deprogram Reddit 18 plus, bruv? I'm not logging in to Reddit. Can somebody send me a Imgur screenshot of what this is on the deprogram subreddit?
28th. Let's take a look at this clip really quickly.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party. Now, that seems like a wild thing to say. Oh my God. Is this person calling for the death of a U.S. senator? Of course not. I was not calling for the assassination of a U.S. senator. So I went back to figure out the context. Here it is. Let's take a look.
Are people who are covered by Medicaid now going to potentially lose Medicaid coverage as a result of this?
No, look, the White House has made a commitment. The president said over and over and over, we're not going to touch Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. We've made the same commitment. Now, that said, what we are going to do is go into those programs and carve out the fraud, waste, and abuse and find efficiencies. Couple of examples. You know, there's about $50 billion estimated that are...
Whatever this guy says, I definitely don't think he should be. What the fuck is this? Is this from the carnival in Germany? The best worst floats of today's carnival parade in Germany. Translations under the picture. Und jetzt sucht endlich eine politische Lösung, Gott, welche auch immer. God doesn't matter which, says to Jews and Palestinians, and now finally look for a political solution. And it's equalized. Okay, so God wants them to finally figure it out between the Jews and the Palestinians. Okay, so we're painting Israel as like the actual representative of Judaism, which is anti-Semitic, and then we have a genocidal apartheid superpower, local at least power, doing mass ethnic cleansing, and it's actually the fault of the other guy equally as well for not properly negotiating with them, even though probably everybody in chat knows the Palestinians have agreed to, like, the Palestinian leadership ever since like 1967 and onwards has agreed on potential peace settlements, and absolutely nobody else would agree on absolutely ever, and have done everything they can to rid themselves of the apartheid regime and the colonial power by unironically agreeing to Israeli requests that no other people ever would. But no, yeah, it's equal layers. Of course, I love Deutschland, man. Deutschland very based. Deutschland incredible. Thank you, Romka. Hello, fellow third worldist patriots. Hello, my fellow third worldist. Speaking of third worldists, let's get back to this. German political commentary is incredible, yes. Interesting that God is white in their float. Of course God is white. I mean, dude, why the fuck would you develop melanin if you live in the sky?
Lost every
It's
year.
not like you're close to the sun or something.
In Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
That fraud is not coming from individuals, it's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after like false billing. They are trying to cut recipients. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. The reason why I'm
Wait,
saying...
sorry. I have no sorry, Hassan. Apologies. What?
den Glücksbringern, der nächste Mottowagen.
Like Napoleon, Napo-Elon. Okay. And he's got the Nazi X and a American flag in a swastika and like AFD, an AFD underwear. I mean, it's so in your face that I absolutely fucking despise it. And there's like, what, the pharma industry trying to chase him to put back his clothes on. I mean, it's
Wonderful. A new child
yeah, it's
soldier.
like
Subscriber.
political commentary you would find fascinating if you're very fucking stupid. I mean, obviously, I agree with everything that the piece is trying to say. It's just like, come on. Thank you, Monkey Demelmo. Thank you very much and welcome.
Kennen Sie eigentlich
Really cooked Elon with this one, Eurolibs.
Napo-Elon? Ja, das ist dieser verhaltensauffällige Tech-Milliardär aus den USA. Und bei Daniela Patent.
I love how the commentator is explaining who Elon is as if not everyone already knows. Liberals will look at this and say that Elon is actually more democratic than
Wonderful.
Napoleon.
A new child soldier. Subscriber.
Thank you, Noel Castro, you fucking G, for the 6 months.
Kollegin ist jetzt Jacques Tilly live auf der Tribüne, der mal erklären kann, was mit diesem Wagen eigentlich sagen wollte.
Ja, Elon Musk ist eindeutig verrückt geworden, der Hightech-Millionär.
Yeah, Elon Musk has gone completely crazy. He's the high-tech billionaire.
Milliardär, muss man eigentlich sagen. Der wird hier gejagt von einem Irrenarzt mit Zwangsjacke, der versucht, ihn wieder einzufangen. Den Musk ist eindeutig verrückt geworden, der Hightech-Millionär. Milliardär, muss man eigentlich sagen. Der wird hier gejagt von einem Irrenarzt mit Zwangsjacke, der versucht, ihn wieder einzufangen.
He's being oh my God. Okay, it's getting worse, Chad. It's worse than what I thought. So he's being chased by medical personnel that are trying to kind of put him in a mental institution, which I guess the metaphor, not even the metaphor, the social commentary here is that he's gone crazy and not that he is quite literally going through a long-term plan motivated by the fact that he's a billionaire to turn the United States into an even worse capitalist hellhole. TLDR, like he's like, the reason there's a nurse slash doctor chasing after him is because he's insane, which is, the fuck. That's the dumbest commentary ever. Thank you, Radical Education, very much. Basically the pitch that, people that are super fucking evil and demented are just crazy and maybe they need help. I mean, they can be helped with a fucking... But, we don't talk about this. They had the Hitler-Stalin Pact 2.0 thing, sculptures with Putin and Trump. It's a fucking liberal pill. They swear Euro liberals are winning over the Russian liberals in the levels of cringe.
Zu fangen, den größenwahnsinnigen Napoleon, also jeder weiß ja, wer größenwahnsinnig ist, hält sich gern für Napoleon und er war mal ein Arzt mit Zwangsjacke, der versucht, ihn wieder einzufangen. Den größenwahnsinnigen Napoleon, also jeder weiß ja, wer größenwahnsinnig ist, hält sich gern für Napoleon.
Okay, so he's also like, and then we're making the metaphor where we're calling him Napoleon, who is also massive and crazy. Yeah, they're just doing like fascists are fascists and billionaires because they must be insane. So it's not a problem that he's a billionaire that has been allowed in a position of power. It is that he is going crazy and dragging America with them. Like the whole, like somehow worse. This does not meet the Nazi imagery exception. It's not art. Thank you, Metallic. Thank you very much.
Napoleon und er war mal ein visionärer Tech-Geschäftsmann und ist aber im Nu irgendwie aus irgendwelchen Gründen zum rechtsextremen Nazi-Troll.
Oh my God, yeah, this person is an absolute fucking imbecile. And you know what he says then? He says he used to be like a very brilliant tech entrepreneur, etc., but for some reason, maybe because he is a billionaire and protecting his class interests, you look like you're 55, but you should go back to studying with fellow 9-year-olds, okay? For some reason, chat, for some reason, he went crazy and moved further right. For some reason. So we don't know the reason, which means that he's probably crazy. This is what the person is saying. I'm not pulling this out. German speakers tell me if I'm right. I think my German level is good enough to understand this.
Mutiert.
Yugopnik didn't know you know German. Yeah, I've known German since I was a kid. I spoke like very, very good German, but then I started learning English, and that replaced it in my head.
Macht den Hitlergruß auf offener Bühne. Er war im Nu irgendwie aus irgendwelchen Gründen zum rechtsextremen Nazi-Troll mutiert. Er macht den Hitlergruß auf offener Bühne. Er hofiert die AfD. Er benutzt X, um die braune Soße halt da zu verteilen. Er steckt ganz tief im Hintern von seinem Chef Donald Trump und zerstört den amerikanischen Staat. Also schlimm, was aus Menschen werden kann. Aber viele Tesla-Fahrer in den USA und Deutschland haben jetzt einen Aufkleber. Ich habe diesen Tesla gekauft, bevor Elon Musk verrückt wurde.
Oh my God. And then like he says a bunch of stuff that you're not interested in. And then he says, and a lot of Tesla drivers, yes, we should really be thinking about Tesla drivers. A lot of Tesla drivers that had originally good intent when they were buying it are now saying, yo, I bought my Tesla before he became Hitler. Chad, we must think of the Tesla drivers. What will the Tesla drivers do now, Chad?
Ja, das war Jacques Tilly live von der...
I'm just waiting for this person to also say, we should also remind ourselves not to tank Tesla stocks, because most people that bought Tesla stock should not suffer financially because they did not know what they were signing up for.
Der Tribüne am
The most oppressed people after gamers, Tesla drivers.
Rathaus, den wir immer eingespielt haben. Danke dafür auch, Jack, dass du das machst.
Tesla will somehow, it used to be the fastest depreciating car in the Western world, and it will somehow now become a car that depreciates even faster. I'm saying, cost-wise.
Elon Musk ist das.
And this name be of the brilliant Balkan boy Tesla, okay, being associated with this unhinged fucking Nazi is something I will never get over. But the thing that makes me sleep better at night is that unironically they once asked this piece of shit who bought into Tesla, right, who bought into the company, on why it's named like that, and he unironically responds that he would have preferred if the company was called Edison, because they are driven by entrepreneurial spirit, and Edison was also driven by entrepreneurial spirit. Incredible, open statement about how he obviously relates much more to the guy that that basically stole patents more than he did with the brilliant scientific mind that invented this, all the stuff that he invented, right, and pretty much changed the world. It's very it's not dog whistling. He's like, I really, I wish we called it Edison because I am Edison, but what I mean by this is I steal stuff that my engineers make and call it my own and make billions.
Das noch ein Mensch oder
Even though that's also not the case. He's the world's biggest fucking welfare queen.
schon eine Diagnose? Der hat gerade Kind Nummer 14 bekommen. Da kommt selbst Matthias Reim nicht mehr mit. Also, das ist schon ein toller Wagen.
Die Windel ziemlich voll.
Ja, die Windel voll. Auch da ein Zeichen drauf. Und auf dem Lautsprecher, diesem Megafon, ein X für seinen Social-Media-Kanal. Und da ist auch ein brauner Tropfen, der da rauskommt.
Yeah, and shit is coming out of it. This is if you're in a room, this is a great litmus test. For your friends, if you show this to them, 3 things can happen. One is they actually get triggered, which means that they are an Elon Musk stan, and to that I ask, why are you friends with an Elon Musk stan? Number 2 is they find it to be really brilliant and smart, which means you have a very dumb friend, you don't need to abandon them because they're stupid. Everybody has stupid friends. Or category number 3, they point at it and they fucking cringe. That's a keeper. That's a keeper right there. Go and have sex with them. Yes. Back to the evil Turk.
Cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he, to this day, is still known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history. They want to cut SNAP. They want to cut Medicaid. They want to cut the funding of Medicaid. They want to make it harder for people to receive Medicaid. They don't want to actually go after medical providers or the insurance companies or the nursing homes that are lining their pockets with major donations. Those are the people who actually
added a permitted term, evil Turk. Lol.
Engage in the fraud. It's not your uncle that's lying about their condition and stealing money from the government by going to the doctor or whatever. Okay, so obviously I shouldn't have used hyperbolic language, and there's definitely some ownership that I must take. Some apologies there. I should not have said Mike Johnson should kill.
Sorry, this is freaking me out. Why am I so zoomed in? Are we going to kiss, Hassan? Are we going to kiss? Both of our ancestors would not agree with this, but we can. But I can't take off the mask, no. But we can kiss. We can kiss.
Rick Scott. I should have simply said Mike Johnson should punish Rick Scott, perhaps with the maximum punishment, whatever that would be, for defrauding Medicare and Medicaid for over $1.7 billion. Now, let's talk about the things that he did in this process, because Rick Scott co-founded the Columbia Hospital Corporation, which later merged to a corporation known as Columbia/HCA, which eventually became the nation's largest for-profit healthcare company. Rick Scott, who of course also looks like Voldemort, did a lot of things. The company defrauded Medicare, Medicaid, and other federal programs. The U.S. Department of Justice won 14 felony convictions against the company, which was fined $1.7 billion in what was at the time the...
How many cancellations will it take for Sans to finally gulag post and stop this moderate thoughts them silly? But, well, like the situation like this shows, I know you're fucking around and we stand this beautiful Serbian man, but him very, very eloquently threading that thin line between what is deemed acceptable anti-capitalist agitation and not is exactly why he contributes to the wider cause as well as he does, because we see the second you don't thread it, when you're as large as him and you don't thread it, everything goes to shit, and they quite literally start banning you. That's number one. And number two, you cannot become as big and create as large of a platform, which he managed to create, without very, 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 very carefully dog whistling what the actual politics he is introducing to his audience is, right? It's, while I agree with the sentiment, quite the opposite is the reason of why he is as big and positively influential on the socialist funnel as he is, because he can say things that from the distance for normies does not sound as intense, but it genuinely is.
Largest healthcare fraud settlement in United...
Leftists don't dog whistle, we just whistle, of course. Now we call it hiding our power levels. I like that. He is the king of hiding power levels.
United States history.
HCA was defrauding the government.
HCA admitted to things like submitting inflated bills and exaggerating diagnoses to increase Medicare reimbursements.
According to federal investigators, the hospital company systematically defrauded Medicare.
Yesterday, on March 3rd, the Ottoman Empire lost control of Bulgaria. Happy Independence Day, man. Yesterday, Hassan also lost his account. Coincidence? I think not. I guess March 3rd is Eternal Turks Taking L Day, but for some reason, I don't know why you're talking about this, because Hassan is obviously more Bulgarian and Serbian than Turkish, but still,
Medicaid and other federal health care.
The only acceptable thing that the Ottoman Empire has created, creating an empire that controls a large swath of land, which made the ethnicities there basically fuck each other. Well, they wouldn't have if that didn't happen. And 500, 600 years later, we have Hassan. So balances out, right? Balances out.
Program.
I was joking. I'm fucking with you too. No, I'm not making fun. Absolutely.
While paying kickbacks to its physicians, Scott, of course, denied any wrongdoing.
Scott pled the fifth 75 times to avoid jail for Medicare fraud.
He didn't go to jail over this. He didn't even get any punishment.
Lots of race science happening here. I'm scared. It is not race science. It is woke eugenics, okay? It is woke eugenics.
Over this, and Scott's resignation certainly was fantastic for his
Alex, I did an ad for some BS heritage test on your video, and it turns out he is 25% Albanian. No, fuck, son of a bitch.
Pockets. He walked away.
I'm sorry, just trying to start shit.
With $10 million in severance pay, a 5-year consulting contract, and $300 million in stock and options. He is now the wealthiest member of the United States Senate. Rick Scott.
If you want to become the wealthiest member of YugopnikTwitch, we also have a capitalist system in place. By investing long-term as a subscriber for $6 a month, or super long-term as a... There you go. I sneezed. That means it's the truth. Or for a super long time through a free subscription. If you have Twitch Prime, or if you give to those less privileged than you, then you will be able to avoid the evil ad that would have played but is not going to play in exactly 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Invest into an adless future. Invest in yourself. Invest in the great enemy of Serbian Hasan, Turkish Yugopnik. Thank you very much, Blake, and avoid the ad that's going to play in 2 minutes. Thank you very much for the 2 months.
Also in the past,
to repeat that, the greatest enemy of Serbian Hasan is Turkish Yugopnik.
Took ownership seemingly over his actions, but since then...
Doing great with the disguise, Hasan. How did you learn to do a Serbian accent so quick? It wasn't that difficult, and I really like doing the disguise because now I can vape in front of you and say more unhinged things. Like all my agents and my managers told me I can't vape. It's like gonna really hemorrhage my my subscriber count and my viewer base. But now when I'm LARPing to be Turkish Yugo, everything is going well.
In his endless interest in gutting all of these social safety nets so the American poor suffer more, Rick Scott has actually seemingly turned around and thinks that this was political prosecution, pure political prosecution against him.
No, I'm fed up. I watched what happened to me and my company. I've watched what's happened. I've talked to business people over the years, what's happened to them when you have political persecution.
What I was simply trying to say is Republicans don't care about the actual fraud that takes place in terms of government entitlements programs, in terms of government expenditure, because if they did, they obviously would punish Rick Scott. Rick Scott would not be a prominent fixture of the Republican Party. Rick Scott, who was elected as the governor of Florida after he committed the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history at the time.
$73 million. That's the amount that we know about so far that Scott and the Republican Party spent on TV advertising.
Rick Scott, who then went on to become the Florida senator.
On Sunday, a manual recount confirmed Republican Governor Rick Scott's victory over the incumbent Democrat Bill Nelson.
Once again, after doing insane amounts of Medicare fraud.
Elon Musk posted on X his...
Go to Google Trends to see the jump for searches for Rick Scott after the ban. Hassan is educating the masses beyond the grave. Absolutely, I can see it. I mean, whatever they do, they're shooting themselves in the foot. The kings of never touch quote unquote free speech because the enemy will always be able to use it against us by screaming free speech re. Free speech re is now doing free speech is now allowing us to do free speech re, and it works really, really fucking well. Fucking doing 360 no scopes from the grave. Beautiful. Thank you, Nervozan, for the 3 months. Thank you very much.
Support for Florida Senator Rick Scott for Senate Majority Leader.
This was simply the point. But of course, Republicans want to avoid this point. Asmongold, for those of you who don't know, is
now that is a smart fucking Twitch streamer. That is who your kids should listen to, okay? That is who you should tune in to watch every fucking day, not this fucking communist.
Do you know why an ant colony can only
shit.
have 9 owners? Because if they add 1, they become tenants.
What the fuck? That was good. Fuck you. That was good.
A right-wing political commentator. He does have some centrist opinions every now and then. I believe he himself actually is a big advocate for healthcare, likes Bernie Sanders, but spends most of his time simply sitting around and reacting to Donald Trump. He is now officially, by my estimations, a larger right-wing political commentator than even the likes of Ben Shapiro. Very successful in this field. His videos reacting.
Wow, that is a twist that absolutely everybody fucking expected. Of course, the biggest right-wing commentator in the world right now will be a man who never showers. Holy shit, I fucking love it. Incredible things. Hey, right, yo, wait, 1 second. One second, chat. Okay, so who is Aliens come and they're like, okay, there's these two ideas, right wing and left wing. Which ones should we listen to? Send us your most modern representatives of the two ideological schools of thought, right? And we have to send them both, right? And the greatest agitator for right-wing thought is represented by this man. Okay, this is the greatest agitator of might makes right. And this is the greatest agitator of, yeah, we should kind of
Why
help
was 69
people out.
afraid of 70? Because they fought once in 71.
Barry Bowles, go fuck yourself. That was not good. That was fucking awful, okay? Which path, young Padawan, which path do you take? I mean, you know, it's very lazy to make fun of somebody's appearance or way of life. I know, and I apologize. But there is a grander, beautiful allegory here that the man who rose, arguably, to greatest prominence by shilling for right-wing thought is a man that looks like Asmongold. And on the other side of the spectrum, funny enough, the man who rose to prominence by agitating for the opposite, for leftist values, is Hasanabi. Like, aren't we supposed to be the dirty, disgusting degenerates that don't have their life in order? Aren't we supposed to be the kids that are completely lost and are too naive in order to perceive the reality of the harsh world? I guess not. I guess we are very well adjusted and have rich social lives, while the alpha gigachads of the right wing collect their own toenails. Look, he is based. Oh, yes. Okay. Great counter argument. Yes. Look at his reaction. Incredible counter argument. Somebody sent me this. Fucking Asmongold got jump scared. Asmongold getting jump scared by a Yugopnik video in his Reddit. I have no idea how that happened.
To Donald Trump get millions of views, more so than the Daily Wire could ever dream of. Asmongold also is the largest political content creator on Twitch in general. He's the largest political streamer now. He's double my size. He's always been double my size, but he's now double my size when it comes to political commentary.
I mean, I don't think he's double your size, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
As well. So let's see what the largest free speech defender had to say. He actually voluntarily brings this up in a
Yeah, I'm not sorry. That was awesome.
YouTube video called, "What the fuck is Twitch doing?" The YouTube videos from 2 days ago with 1 million views. The first 13 minutes.
It's 99.9% certain that aliens would be communists or even higher stage development. Absolutely correct take.
Some of it is just reacting to the latest.
And if they're not, then human supremacy will teach them about their fucking place, okay? The Xenon will either accept class consciousness or accept extinction.
Ethan Klein video, who is falsely smearing me as someone who doesn't care about Israeli civilians or whatever, which is obviously incorrect, but we'll get to that perhaps down the line. He packaged that up with the libs of TikTok video to call for my banning.
Let me see if I can find it here. Like I do, as I said, I do try to maintain a degree of neutrality with a lot of this stuff. And I try not to go too like super hard on it. I'll link you guys the video real quick before I get into it. And
he's linking the Ethan Klein video to his audience because, you know, to show support.
Yeah, there's the video. It's the Ethan video.
Perhaps this is the reason why Ethan Klein doesn't talk about Asmongold and his apologia for certain...
This you.
Let's be xenophobic. It's really in this year. Let's find...
No, it's not xenophobic. It's okay. xenophobia of other ethnicities or people that look different to you or people of other genders makes no sense because humanity is actually equal. There is no difference between a person from Ghana, a person from Brazil, and a person from Germany. That's why it doesn't make sense. But if the aliens are actually inferior, then it makes sense. They should be treated like pigs and the dogs that they are. Okay? We can still love them like we love our dogs, okay? But ain't no dog receiving human rights, if you know what I mean.
Slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them. They're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien envy. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. You see, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Listen, if it's not made in the image of God, then it's dragging my carts, okay?
Regimes, certain regimes of the past. You know, Ethan, who really cares about anti-Semitism, of course. That's why he constantly comes after me, someone he knows has a long track record, alongside him at times, attacking anti-Semites and explaining to people what famous dog whistles are and things of that nature. But that'll be for a different day.
People are so ideologically
So there you go. This is what here at the shitbag left we disagree with. No, take out your fucking Turkish slog and wipe it all over his face. Actually, don't do that. You might get a fucking infection. People like Asmund do not deserve any sort of fucking leeway or polite dancing around the fact that, bro, when you have a platform as large as this, there is no excuse for you spreading misinformation and bigotry. End of fucking conversation.
Captured. It's sad. I think a lot of people are. I saw this the other day, actually this morning. Where is it here? Here we go.
Hey, Dan Clancy. Time to wish us on another happy birthday song, you hack fuck. Anyone else will get permabanned on Twitch for this.
Yo, Hassan, like first 4 minutes of the video, okay, I'm going to make a video essay. But then a Twitch brain turns on and he's like, no, I'm just doing a live stream, but I'll do it. I'll just upload it to YouTube. Proceeds to browse the internet and react to things that he reads. I fucking love it, man. Twitch brain supreme, man. As someone who belongs to both tribes, Twitch brain supreme. You know what we should do? Make this a segment video.
Beyond the pale. This is enticing your audience to kill a sitting senator. Don't people go to jail for this? This is not me enticing my audience to kill a sitting U.S. senator.
By the way, Asmo did watch the full context after this and still stood by his statement. Yes, I looked in his subreddit. Of course he did. That is what I'm trying to teach you fuckers.
Wonderful.
Lower yourself on their level.
Subscriber.
Stand your fucking ground when they enter your fucking turf. No fucking... conversations and reasoning is for humans, not for fucking rats. Stop treating rats like your fucking equals. Rightoids are not your equals. The moment they started believing that certain people are not people is the only thing that makes them not people.
That is ridiculous. Everybody knows that is ridiculous.
Thank you very much, Champion Soap Peter, for the 7 months. Don't eat too much of that soap.
Ridiculous. The people that are complaining about this know that is ridiculous. But I'm glad that I was able to show you the context, the full context of what I was talking about. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
That is crazy. That is nuts. And I've said before, there's a statute of limitations, but apparently this was yesterday. Yeah, this happened yesterday even. Oh my God. How's that not against the TOS? It is. And it is an open call to violence. And I would challenge anybody who thinks that it's not an open call to violence to say that exact thing about Donald Trump and then tell me if Secret Service...
What did Asmongold think of Elon Musk's Sieg Heil? Because he's using the argument, if you don't think it's a Sieg Heil, then do it. What did he think about Elon Musk's Sieg Heil?
Shows up at your house or not.
Also, is that not also a call for violence?
Really? It's very obviously a call to violence. And Twitch doesn't do anything? Well, I don't know if they've really seen it or anybody's reported it or anything like that.
I think Asmongold...
You proceeded to basically report it in front of 50,000 unhinged people that smell worse than the fucking sewers of ancient Rome, but okay.
He's covering this because he wants Twitch to see it. He's done this a couple times in the past couple of weeks, I understand. We are ideologically butting heads on Twitch. Asmongold and I disagree vehemently on a lot of issues, all the way from the history of Nazi Germany down to the fact that immigrants are not actually contributing to the American crime rates in the way that the Republican administration presents it. They're not destroying our culture in the way that Asmongold approaches the subject matter. There's plenty of disagreements there, and I think that he's doing this deliberately, I will say, in an effort to, shit stir a little bit and try to get me banned, which worked.
The clip's too short. Maybe it's out of context. I hope so. I definitely do. Hopefully it's out of context. How are you gonna...
Now, once he said this...
And the backpedaling is absolutely incredible. So you do want to sick your dogs onto who they all perceive as an enemy because you've garnered a massive rightoid audience, but you also don't have the balls to just openly say what you're doing. So you will say, hey, I think this is a bannable offense. Probably nobody reported it. Wink, wink. But, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. They believe in absolutely nothing except pandering to, doing a tennis court back and forth of just dumb shit, bruv.
Does Asmongold go back and seek out the context? No, he doesn't. Instead, he follows through, basically packaging this as a Hassan is a radical who must be banned. It's a joke, Lamau, he responds to.
Would you tell that joke about Donald Trump?
I think people would tell way crazier jokes about Donald Trump, and people have told way crazier jokes about Donald Trump. My statement was hyperbolic. That much is obviously clear. But the intention of it was not a call to violence directly against a sitting senator, but instead was to show the hypocrisy of the Republican Party in terms of how little they truly care about Medicare and Medicaid fraud, because that happens at the point of the provider.
Dude, this is peak America, bro. This is peak America. You saying a few words in the capital of free speech about anyone is deemed more illegal and more atrocious and more quote-unquote evil than stealing over $75 million fucking dollars and contributing to the death of thousands. It is just a constant fucking vibe fight. Words do quite literally matter more than deeds in the good old US of A. And that's such a pussy shit, bro. That's such pussy shit.
And
I'm sorry. It's such a little fucking... Oh, it's so weak.
Necessarily in the point of the recipient.
It's like a bunch of fucking guys. I know it's ironic that I'm saying this over camera, but it's a bunch of dudes. Like, it's a dude watching another dude and saying, yo, he said a meanie thing. Maybe he should not be able to say the meanie thing on the internet. After having run defense for himself, and apologizing and completely going back on what he said that he stands for when he potentially got banned for quite literally calling for violence on a whole group of people and basically dehumanizing them to the point that fucking Goebbels would point and laugh and say, whoa, bro, calm the fuck down, man.
They want to cut Medicare and Medicaid for the recipients to the tune of $800 billion. And in order to justify that, they will
kill for profit equals okay. Said bad word about the said guy, very bad. Absolutely, absolutely.
do everything in their power to lie and claim that it's actually your grandparents that are stealing from Medicare and not people like Rick Scott. Because people like Rick Scott
Okay, so Osmond is saying that if you think that Hassan did not openly call for violence, you should say it too. Well, you're not going to say it because you know that he is calling for violence. But let's see what he thinks of one of the world's most powerful people signaling to the world that it's now okay to do violence against people of particular groups and categories.
I'm not an emotional thinker, okay? Like, so I can't appeal to people emotionally. But what I can say is that every part of my logical brain is telling me that this was not an intentional Nazi salute. This was not any nod at any sort of like Hitler Nazi stuff at all. And it was just Elon being stupid.
We do not care.
Intentional Nazi salute. This was not any nod at any sort of like Hitler Nazi stuff at all. And it was just Elon being stupid.
But about a Twitch, one of the world's most powerful people going out on stage after he got the president elected and screaming, not dog whistling at everyone, screaming at everyone that it's now super fucking chill to do this shit, and this is the new America. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I'm not very emotional. You know, I try to you know, stay away from this, look at it objectively, and I genuinely do not believe that he did it. Well, the Twitch streamer you dislike obviously did. Hassan, please stop being nice to these fucking freaks. I don't know if you think you're doing some 5D chess with them. You're in this regard, you really aren't. There should be no red phone that you can pick up to talk to them. There should be no communication whatsoever, or platforming to an extent. But in this video, understand why he included it, because he wanted to show most likely why he was banned, because this rat fuck snitched. That's pretty much it. Thank you, Snappy Turtle, baby. Thank you for the 10 months. And thank you to the Frencherton. Old man, welcome to the community. And if you want to be like Frencherton or Snappy Turtle and continue allowing this stream to be 100% ad-free, if you want to support your Turkish Yugopnik in his support for Serbian Hassan, please do consider becoming a sub or using some of your money to help out those who cannot afford it, so this channel can be fully self-sustaining and it can continue being adless as we avoid the ad that would have otherwise played in exactly 1 minute. Thank you very much. Let's continue.
Fund the Republican Party and oftentimes the Democratic Party as well. Or they sometimes run for office as Republicans.
Rick Scott has won re-election to the United States Senate. Here are the numbers.
That's the point. Now, should the likes of Asmongold seek out further context? I think yes. I think when you have millions of people watching your videos, it would be nice to at least inform them of what the true context is. And now that this context exists, will Asmongold watch this video? Will he go back and say, hey, my bad? Maybe. I'll be honest. Perhaps he will do that. We shall see.
Donald Trump didn't commit Medicare fraud, but yes, if he did, then yes. Okay, so then no.
He then follows up with another tweet of mine. This isn't Hassan's only first foray into political violence. This was the weapon used to assassinate Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Archive link and reply to his now deleted post. Well, I didn't delete it. Twitter forced me to delete this.
But I'll tell you this, it's not the first time. This is the second time. No joke. Yes, neither of these, by the way, have resulted in any sort of action from Twitch at all. Your Reddit advocated for killing too. Sorry for spam. Yeah, but here's the difference, right? When did my Reddit advocate for killing people?
Wonderful.
When did this happen? And also, when did I advocate for it?
He also then to further.
We don't go on the mic and say you should go and kill this person. Instead, we say these people are not really people. So them dying en masse is not really people dying. Here we don't advocate for violence against humans. Instead, we dehumanizing them so that it's no longer advocating for death of humans, but death of subhumans. What even is this conversation? Like, this is so fucking stupid. Thank you, Walter, for the gifty. Thank you very much.
Push the narrative that I am a radical, a scary radical who advocates for violence. He shows this tweet.
He literally advocated for genocide. Fuck him. That's exactly my point. That is exactly my point. If you say that a whole group of people do not deserve independence or management of their whole life, or that hell, they might even deserve being ousted out of their land or killed en masse, then that is allowable speech. That is simply a political opinion. That is simply a political opinion. But then saying that you might even believe that a particular politician who has caused mass harm might also not deserve to be treated with full human decency, then that is hate speech. Then that is advocating for violence. It's extremely easy and it's fucking boring as shit to call out rightoids for hypocrisy. It's why I'm vomiting in my own mouth as I'm even saying it out loud. It's fucking political commentary for fucking idiots. Respectfully, but to the extent to which it is so out in the open nowadays, it is surprising even to me. The free speech for me, but not for thee, coming from the right, is like a full on mask off. And the funny thing about the whole situation is that I don't think it's like strategical mask off. It is just they're dumb, they're stupid. They don't even necessarily fully they stand for nothing. They stand for absolutely nothing. They stand for a thing when it suits them. They don't stand for a thing when it doesn't suit them. They're like super chill with killing and destruction one day, and then they are extremely sensitive and careful about conversations about killing or violence or revolt on another day.
Briefly, my old tweet that Twitter actually...
Too dumb to have actual values, unfortunately. I mean, to an extent, yeah, it's dumb, but it's stupidity. But it is also like the end goal of following through with rightoid logic. You are just reactionary on absolutely anything that you deem belongs to the other side, which eventually will lead you to also counter-argue yourself on certain points simply because you're seeing the so-called enemy support a particular thing. Everything they do bad, everything we do pretty chill. Fascist thought. D&D, but with IRL violence. Thank you, Zapotbib, for the prime. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Forced me to ban, which is a tweet where I, quote, retweeted sitting U.S. Senator Tom Cotton, who...
Yeah, they per clutch also money. Yes, a lot of money. They per clutch whatever they feel violence is directed from the other side because they are actually over-emotional, sensitive little babies. I will never forget the left for allowing Ben Shapiro to steal facts over feelings from an ideological current that is defined by facts over feelings. Marxian dialectical materialism, right? Subdued, love the deprogram and stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome to this community as well.
Who was advocating to kill peaceful pro-Palestinian demonstrators all the way from April 16th, 2024, almost an entire year ago.
But yes, but you, my love, you thought that you can talk to him and explain to him how he's wrong. And then you took it out of your day to go and talk to him and explain how he's wrong. He said he was wrong only so that he can get unbanned. And then he went back to doing what he was doing before. There is no conversations, no debates, no discussions that are to be had with a red fuck. They're a red fuck. When you have a rat coming to your house and eating all your fucking shit and spreading disease or whatever the fuck, do you have a conversation with it? And now I know some beautiful, sensitive chatters are like, but rats cute. Allow me the allegory, for fuck's sakes, okay? I like rats too, but in this case, you get my fucking point. You don't negotiate with the rat about how it's actually not okay for them to be rummaging through your fucking fridge.
Where
you do what I can't say you do.
I famously quote retweeted the doohickey, or I guess a meme.
And in this case, it's not an allegory for fucking killing the rat or like killing these fucking people. They don't deserve that type of shit. They don't like, and now they genuinely don't. It is just conversationally treating them the same way they are treating you, like pieces of shit.
Meme of a doohickey that was responsible
voting Hans Landa. Well, in this case, I guess I am.
For the assassination of Shinzo Abe. Now, of course,
in the Hans Landa situation, it is used as a reactionary mechanism, where no people can be defined as rats just by being a particular group of people. That's the Hans Landa quote. Here I am saying when somebody's acting like a rat, when they're talking like a rat, when they believe rat shit, then they deserve to be treated like a rat. God fucking damn it, that's not fucking controversial. Hey, Hugo, is it okay for you to invite this guy as a guest on the D program? Which guy? Which gay? Which gooey? Wait. The link disappeared.
Of course, this wasn't serious. I fib. I did this in response to a sitting U.S. senator who had previously in the New York Times written about executing Black Lives Matter protesters by using the military. And this time around, April 15th.
Well, left capitalism and became a business-owning communist. It's 9 minutes. I'll check it out later. Thank you.
Was encouraging people. I'm going to read you his words. Senator Tom Cotton said this: I encourage people who get stuck behind the pro-Hamas mobs blocking traffic. Take matters into your...
Why did I, a black, handsome, freedom-loving, capitalist business owner, become a communist? The handsome part's a little iffy, but it's a genuine question I get. Why did you become a communist? You're a business owner, you loved capitalism.
There's a difference between attributing the rat features to an individual versus an entire group. Exactly, Barry. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Miss Salsa. Half a year already. Absolutely. Passes like a second when I'm with you, motherfuckers.
How did you actually change to that communism that unalived all those people? So since I was a kid, I was always a system-oriented person. I like thinking through systems, and I like solving problems, and I was also just...
As we like to say, systematic, not systemic.
Loved being social, right? So I just graduated...
The sound got unbanned! Let's fucking go. Not even 24 hours. Not even 24 hours. That motherfucker. Bravo. Do you have a tweet? Thank you. Called me pancakes. Fucking yeah, bro. Yes. 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 Good for him, man. Good for my favorite fucking Serb. Very fucking good. Very fucking good. Does anybody have a tweet? Does the count is back? Not even 24 hours. They can't do shit to my guy. Fucking hell. Nice. Very nice. Very good. Da, very good. Bravo. Bravo. That was fucking quick. That was very quick. That's funny. Barely 24 hours, bruv. A sun right now. Yeah, I mean, kind of looks the same, yeah. I'm kidding. Oh, Lord. Dude, that was fast, bro. That was fucking fast. GG VP, bro. GG fucking VP. That was really quick.
Why did I, a black...
That was really quick. Let's finish this hot takes, though. Where is it? Where is it?
your own hands to get them out of the
You've seen Ben Empanada's current community post? Don't send that shit my way.
It's time to put an end to this nonsense.
Man, Xi Jinping called up Twitch HQ so fucking quick. Xi Jinping fucking defending his strongest soldiers so fucking good. But you know who I would like to see right now? You know who I would like to see right now? H3, bro.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Ethan is probably throwing shit around his house. Bro, you didn't even finish the video I sent you. We will. Wait, the news is coming in, bro. Don't be...
This was, of course, a direct call to violence from a sitting senator. A direct call to violence against peaceful protesters engaging in an act of civil disobedience.
This is proof that communists actually do own Twitch, okay? How long did it take for Asmund shit to come back?
Obedience.
If something like this happened in Arkansas on a bridge there, let's just say I think there'd be a lot of very wet criminals that have been tossed overboard, not by law enforcement, but by the people whose road they're blocking.
So he then doubled down on it and...
I will fucking puke if I see Hassan Piker say, I invite Israelis onto my broadcast all the time, or tell us how we need to empathize with and humanize Israelis who are victims of propaganda themselves again. Jewish exceptionalist liberal Zionist drivel, validating the idea that we need approval from tokens among the enemy to oppose them just because they're Jewish, and painting Zionists as being misled victims rather than the reality, where they're enthusiastically and willingly pursuing their own interests for material gain at the cost of Palestinians. P.S. Make excuses for this. Perma-banned on site. Okay, bad empanada being bad empanada. What can I fucking tell you? Hassan is doing one type of funnel and one type of anti-Zionist pitch. You're doing a different, more aggressive anti-Zionist pitch. There's multiple approaches to the same goal because there are vastly different audiences listening, and you need to give them different pitches. But the main important thing, as we're giving different pitches with the same end goal, is all of us trying to push them down that same funnel. Shooting at people in parallel funnels makes very, very little sense. Thank you, Cockfida. Thank you. And while I've also very, very openly stated that we are very much past the point in which we need to constantly excuse our opinion that the apartheid Zionist fucking fascistic entity is disgusting and fucked up, and it has nothing to do with Jews. As I've been saying that we're past the point where we need to excuse ourselves every fucking time. And I genuinely do believe we are past this fucking excuse. And Jews, magic, etc., is absolute bullshit. I do not care. I will not preface every single fuck Israel sentence with, but I also love Jews, because obviously I fucking do. Jesus fucking Christ. The fact that I'm even constantly in the need to make those parallels
Wonderful. A new child soldier.
Makes me to an extent semi-anti-Semitic, or I'm answering people that are anti-Semitic that I don't want to even talk about. I also understand that for some people, they are still very much so massively brainwashed in thinking that Israel is equals Judaism and anti-Israel means being anti-Semitic, and those people need to be talked to in a different way. The question is, do you want to be constantly and perpetually correct, or do you want to rid the world of Zionist thinking and of Israeli supremacist thinking? Depending on what goal you have, you either utilize all your tools, or you eventually potentially start punching some of your own guys. Thank you very much, Extra Aliens, and thank you, Comrade Dealer, for the 2 months. He has to disagree because he's Greek, I guess. Hello, bro, what up with the mask? I'm anonymous, my friend. That's why I wear it. Yeah, no one said that about Serbs during the Srebrenica genocide. Yeah, he's a disagreek. But yeah, I think you get my point. One needs to balance between the perpetual need to always be right and the understanding that different approaches and different pitches are necessary for different types of people that are on a different, let's call it, knowledge base on a particular topic. And while absolutely nobody should be called anti-Semitic for saying fuck Israel, because they are not, okay? Unless they say it through a racialized form, of course. One also needs to understand why when doing the pitch, sometimes it's necessary to quite literally dumb yourself down, right? So yeah, empanad, I mean, yeah, do your thing, bro, but whatever.
And said, we do things differently around these parts. I mean, he's advocating for a direct call for violence.
He's already up bad. I saw it. It's fucking awesome.
Jokingly retweeted that
Zionists should not be compromised with, but as with any form of fascism, the goal should always be to turn the working class against their oppressors anywhere. That includes Israel, like it included Germans in World War II. Of course, but that's where we might disagree. I do not believe that this is compromise. This is not compromise. This is simply speaking in the language, adjusting your language to different groups that are listening. Like with some people, you can immediately start talking about whether it's a V6 or a V8 and how much torque a car has, and with someone else, and when talking to someone else, you might need to explain that the fact that the car is black does not mean it goes faster. Depending on how much a person knows about cars, you will talk about them in a different way. Same way when a person has a particular knowledge base about Israeli apartheid and Zionism in general, you talk to them in a language that they might understand. And when somebody is more knowledgeable, you show more power levels. That's true, though. Everyone knows that the red ones go faster. Didn't mean it to come across from disagreeing with you. I'm not. No. Of course, you didn't. You didn't, my friend. I just want my point to be completely understood. And I'll say it one last time. Everybody who tells you that you always need to preface by saying that you're not anti-Semitic when you're talking shit about, rightfully talking shit about Israel, is a fucking idiot, and they should shut the fuck up, and they don't deserve you explaining yourself to them absolutely ever. Point number one. But point number one does not mean that point number two is also not important. And point number two is when you are trying to agitate and educate people about why Israel equal bad, there will be a lot of people that are not informed and do not understand that it's not actually anti-Semitic to be anti-Zionist, and to them you need to speak in a different way. So it's the question of, do I want to always be right, and the question of utility. That is the only thing I'm implying. And I don't think that's an insane thing to say or a wrong thing to say. It's results, bro. Results. I want results. Thank you very much, McFatbutt. Može si bez turskog Yugopnika. Može, brate. Može. Hvala ti. What did Mike say? We run this world. Twitch partner Hasanabi has been unbanned after 1 day, 3 minutes, and 12 seconds. Pretty good. Wait. Fucking mute the Turks. Run Twitch too. FML. That is, everybody's talking about anti-Semitism, but nobody's talking about Turkish supremacy everywhere. Hassan is the CEO of Twitch. Speaking of CEOs, the Twitch CEOs are about to attack Yugopnik CEO, particularly this Twitch. So the Ultra CEOs are attacking this CEO by playing an ad in exactly 1 minute and 50 seconds. So if you want to join me in celebrating the quickest get out of jail experience of all time, do consider becoming a sub for $6 a month, free through Prime, or by gifting to those less privileged than you, because it's a nice thing to do. I feel good, they feel good, you feel good. It's fucking amazing. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Saved him from himself. Man doesn't know how to take a day off. Yeah. And all the other creators were like, okay, viewership is going to be crazy in the next couple of days because Hassan is not around. Hassan proceeds to return. The greatest enemy of a large and diverse. Imagine if there's like a crazy identity politics without class consciousness person. There probably will at some point. Or I can see people like Ethan using arguments like, he's hogging up all of the Twitch viewers away from more diverse communities. That is why Hassan is problematic. Because of Hassan, we don't have more women socialists that are popping off type shit. I mean, if you say shit like that, you and I will personally come to you. Jesus, the censor went too hard. And I will personally come to your house and. Okay? Jesus Christ. Thank you very much, Didu. Thank you, Didu, for the Prime, baby. Wait, no, that was not the right video. Shit.
That statement with the doohickey. But of course, that was apparently a bridge too far as well for Asmongold. I'm sorry. I've offended Asmongold's sensibilities. Of course, no comments on Tom Cotton, a sitting U.S. senator, actively urging his constituents to go out and kill peaceful demonstrators who are, dare I say, peacefully demonstrating against.
No, Hassan. When somebody is in a position of power and they are actively agitating mass murder, then this is our opinion.
I'm not an emotional thinker, okay? So I can't appeal to people emotionally. But what I can say is that every part of my logical brain is telling me that this was not an intentional Nazi salute.
Okay, so when it's actual people with physical power that can harm thousands upon thousands, then it's definitely not them trying to harm thousands upon thousands. But when it is a man who turns on camera and speaks about the things he holds dear on the internet, then it is an active call to violence and they should go to jail.
Against a genocide. Well, make no mistake, it's most likely that Asmongold is simply responding to the things that he sees in his chat. Having said that, I wanted you guys to see the full context of the story. I was obviously not asking for people to kill Rick Scott. I think that would be ridiculous. I think that justice should be served, however, and justice has not been served against Rick Scott in this case. Justice rarely ever gets served against rich people who exploit others, against rich people who defraud the federal government. You get a $10 million care package with $300 million in stock.
And you have dirty pieces of shit on Twitch fucking running hardcore defense for these as if they're gonna come and suck their. But no, they do it for fucking free, for their own personal fucking enjoyment. That's what for.
Stock options for defrauding poor people that absolutely need this medical care. And then Republicans will turn around and act like the real fraud is happening at the point of the recipients and not the point of the providers.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid just in fraud alone. No one's for that. We've got to make sure we eliminate it. We have the algorithms now to do that. We have advanced technology to find it.
Thank God for Speaker Johnson.
That is my anger. That is my frustration. And every single person, not Asmongold, but every single Republican operative online, from Tim Pool to Libs of TikTok to many others, know that is.
Say it. Motherfucker, say it. You beautiful piece of shit, say it. And Asmongold as well. Shoot back at these people, please. God, man, come on. Enough with this nice guy shit. I love you, but come on. Thank you, the logical brain, enlightened rightoid ancient Roman statue. Enjoyers do seem to deserve the Batina and Zatvori. Can we please put Empanada in charge of rounding up influencers? That sounds like a good idea.
It's the reality. But they also want you to be distracted. They don't want you to realize that this is what the Republicans are doing. So I urge all liberals, progressives, or even people who are worried about their grandparents or their parents losing their health care, people who might be worried about their children no longer being able to receive Medicaid, to focus on who the vectors of harm truly are, what they're actually doing, instead of constantly engaging in petty squabbles. I shouldn't have used the term kill. I should have used either the term capital punishment or just punishment in general. But once again, I've let you down. I've used hyperbolic language, and that hyperbolic language has brought trouble my way. As one of the...
That lasted 24 hours, and that got a lot more people to know more about the CEO. Not the CEO, the politician, and the fraud that he committed. So when Hassan takes L's, he gets a day off, and he informs hundreds of thousands of people about the wrongdoing of a crazy piece of shit. I mean, I don't know. If we're looking at utility, maybe you should do it more, bro. Maybe you should do it more, bro. Thank you, Meanie, for the 5 months. Oh, the worst thing that can happen to Hassan is a day off.
The largest progressive, leftist, political content creators online in what
China does nothing wins. Hassan takes an L, wins.
Feels like is a sea of reactionary sentiment. I am promising you that I will try to use more deliberate and more careful language going forward. Having said that, of course, in an 8 to 10 hour broadcast,
the 3-day one, no, he's back. He's apparently back. He's unbanned.
When I'm constantly in a contentious battle with members of the chat, because there's always free flow conversation and a lot of back and forth going on in the community, there will probably be some moments that are clippable, but I will try to minimize them to the best of my ability. On that note, I love you all, and I will see you when I'm unbanned.
Hi there.
Which was literally the next day. Oh, Hakeem jump scare. Hakeem jump scare. Hakeem.
What's up, everyone?
Oh, sick. Okay, let's finish the TikTok we played earlier by this interesting person. But yeah, Azan is back. Azan is back. The Turks are in control. There's no fucking winning. Okay, there's no fucking winning. I thought I'm gonna be Turkish Hugo for a day, keeping the peace while Serbian Hassan is away, but no, Turks keep winning. Welcome back.
I, a black, handsome, freedom-loving, capitalist business owner, become a communist? The handsome part's a little iffy, but it's a genuine
pretty handsome.
question I get. Why did you become a communist? You're a business owner. You loved capitalism. How did you actually change to that communism that unalived all those people? So since I was a kid, I was always a system-oriented person. I like thinking through systems, and I like solving problems, and I was also just loved being social, right? So I just gradually just fell into the idea of being an entrepreneur, right? So from grade school, I was already coming up with different ways to make money. I was coming up with different ways to provide value, right? And then later on, I started my first company, which was called the Pro Hackers, which was like a ethical hacking and like a pen testing company when I was a little kid, but I didn't get any clients. And then I started my real first company, which was a marketing agency. And this marketing agency was specialized in focusing on growing social media. This is back when...
Holy shit, why am I listening? This is not me, I swear. The parallels are crazy. The fucking parallels are crazy. Let's continue. I'm relating.
Instagram was like boxes, bro. Like, you remember that? Some of you aren't even old enough. And I was 11 years old running this little marketing agency online. And then I...
What, 11 years old running a marketing agency? Okay, I cannot relate to that one. Holy shit.
Started to do many different things. Got into Bitcoin and did all this stuff growing up. I've been a business owner through and through since I was a kid. And I come from a family of business owners. So when I tell you that I was a capitalist in the fullest extent of saying that I want to be a business-owning capitalist, even though businesses aren't capitalists, by the way, but that's a whole nother point. Then all of a sudden, I started using TikTok. And on the process of using TikTok, I came across what are now called comrades, those red people. And they started to push back on my ideas. I used to say that capitalism was the best. Capitalism led to innovation. Capitalism gave people out.
Yeah, same as me. I was a right-wing libertarian that believed that the free market can solve absolutely everything, and the reason we live like shit in the third world is because we're just stupid. I was doing self-inflicted fucking Orientalism. And then what happened? I went to the States and realized that wasn't the case, and it's actually dystopian as fuck. And the free market does not actually lead to immense pleasure and happiness. And that I watched too many fucking Hollywood movies. And then I was like, hey, that Marx guy that they taught me in first year of college, maybe I should check him out again. And everything changed.
Opportunities. You can work hard under capitalism, and everyone can eat, everyone can achieve, and everyone will be successful. Genuinely believe these ideas. I thought they
literally same story, but it took moving to Europe and talking to Euro liberals for me. There you go. You were just honest with yourself.
They were true, and I thought that my experience by building businesses and knowing how to solve problems and knowing how to talk to people, to pitch solutions,
20 yards of littered guy, yeah, kind of boring motherfucker, bro.
And to get them to convert and sell, was just proof. Except these comrades on TikTok continue to beat my ideas down time and time again. Ask me questions like, if capitalism is so good, why are millions of people dying of starvation? If capitalism is so...
Yeah, and it turns out you have a soul, so you actually listen to their arguments and you readjust it based on what you learned. Incredible thing. It's called being a normal human being. Thank you for being a normal human being. It is not very... the bar is not very high. The bar is not very high. So when you see people that... are constantly bombarded by adequately placed explanations of why not necessarily even they have to become commies or anarchists or whatever the fuck, but at least they can begin by being anti-capitalists, and you see them actively and sometimes even violently reacting against getting more information about how the system is fucked, respectfully, but that's called being a soulless fucking ratchet-ass demon.
Good. Why do we have 7 houses for every 1 homeless person in America? If capitalism is so good, then why do people not have the ability to pay for their medical bills? If capitalism is so good, then why is 60% of America living paycheck to paycheck? If capitalism is so good, then why is it that 1% of the population owns majority of the wealth on this planet?
And the only way you can answer that without becoming a communist is by convincing yourself that maybe one day you will become one of the people that step instead of the people that are being stepped on. That is the logic of a fucking disgusting parasite. And you also then de facto lose your humanity and should be not treated as such. Thank you very much, Comrade Richard, for the 14 months, one of the fucking OGs. Let's go.
These were questions I didn't have answers to.
Or because the government is greedy. Oh, yeah. Or, yeah. I mean, the only honest answer to this is what Walter is saying, because the free market has decided. Like, you have to, you basically have to believe in, quote unquote, natural abilities. Like, certain people get fucked over and others don't. It's a skill issue, get better, etc., etc. And the only counter argument to this is systems are supposed to serve humans, not vice versa. A system can be defined not as unethical or any of that fucking, or immoral, or you don't even have to engage in that kind of conversation. It does not work when it is not delivering on what it is promising that it needs to deliver. And an economic system is supposed to serve humans. So if it starts acting in the opposite way of what it is intended to do, then that system needs to be changed. This is just utilitarian, simple thinking, but it's fucking correct. It is not about big, it's small. It is not about the same rules applying to everyone. It is not about what is ethical or what is unethical. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. For the vast majority of people, it doesn't work. Therefore, it needs to be replaced. It's as simple as that.
I couldn't come up with an answer, because the best thing I could think of was, well, they just didn't work hard enough, or they didn't do what they were supposed to. They wasted their money. all of these things, this victim blaming mindset, that it's that person's fault that they didn't succeed, because if I could do it, then you could do it. When I tell you that idea shattered, it was just broken apart into tiny little pieces that could never be recovered, is because I started to realize it's not that person's fault. It's not people's choice where they're born. It's not people's choice when people are born in impoverished neighborhoods and they grow up in schools that are underfunded with bad teachers that don't care about them, whether you have underfunded schools that have 40 kids inside of a classroom versus a school that comes from a higher tax district.
Hey Hugo, how will we as communists after revolution eliminate certain bigotries and systems of oppression like white supremacy, misogyny, ableism, and so on? Because let's admit it's going to disappear if we just eliminate capitalism and don't use intersectionality. Exactly, you need to use intersectionality. It's a longer conversation, but it can be phrased in a very simple way. Right now, misogyny, transphobia, ableism, etc., is so prevalent because it is there is a system in place that constantly agitates for those ways of thought to continue dominating. Once the class issue is resolved, that does not resolve all those other issues, but it removes from the equation an active agitation towards those things. Don't think about your boss, think about women, think about people that don't look like you, think about trans people, think about the goddamn gays and them blacks, etc., etc. Those already ingrained and developed perspectives, which obviously are disgusting and are just going to disappear.
Wonderful, a new child soldier. I mean,
The
subscriber.
second we get rid of the capitalist dichotomy, but they will be much, much easier to address because they will no longer be
Wonderful, a new
actively
child soldier.
stimulated
subscriber.
by the system we find ourselves in. Get it? So basically, it will become possible to do that. It will not be pushing a boulder up a mountain because it's not going to be a mountain to be pushing against. Thank you very much. Sleepy Fist then made you say, I love Amazon. I love Amazon. It's my boss, bro. Don't get banned like a son. Absolutely. Thank you very much, both of you.
District that only has 12 to 10 students, so the teacher is able to focus on the development of each student, or where kids in underprivileged communities have access to technology that is like a decade old, while kids in more tax-rich areas actually have technology that is new, up to date. The inequalities that are found within the capitalist system sets people up
Wonderful,
from
a new
failure
child
from
soldier.
their beginnings.
There you go. Smart person. Exactly. You start like you're... The thing that the big pitch that it's an equal playing field and you just need to outplay someone else. Once you realize that pitch is absolute bullshit, that it's a literal lie, even if you were a capitalism stan because you were like, this is the fucking game and you just got to outplay everyone else, also flies out of the window as an argument. It's a smart person, but more importantly, a decent human being normally coming to these sorts of conclusions. When it doesn't happen because there is quite literally trillions of dollars invested in 10,000 different both right-wing and liberal media structures that are created to make you feel like you're a based giga-chad if you actually do believe that billions deserve to starve because reason X. Thank you, Captain Duker, for the prime sub, friend. Being a communist and being a brat mutually exclusive, or can I be both brat and a communist? You can be a brat. You can be a brat, not a brat. A brat is a bro instead of Croatian. The creators in chat. Hello. Very nice video. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And we like to paint
a small world.
Picture that. Well, that person worked hard and he made it out the hood.
You have the link pinned to their channel. Go give them a follow. Oh, follow back. Oh, lovely. I think I'm watching this from the deprogrammed channel that we haven't uploaded for millennia.
And he's the proof that anyone can do it. Except he is the exception to the rule that says that when you don't have enough under...
Do you like Moldova? A Moldovan chick taught me how to shoot back in college. So I like Moldovans a lot.
capitalism, you will most likely stay not having enough under capitalism. Then even when I took it internationally, when we used to watch those videos of give 99 cents a day to a poor African boy and you'll allow him to eat, these videos that we were propagandized and indoctrinated with to believe that the continent of Africa was a poor backwater continent with nations in it, with people that lived in tribes and tents. I genuinely believed that people in Africa lived in tribes and tents, bro. Africa was such a poor continent with poor people. But then I started to realize Africa's not poor. You don't go to poor places to get gold.
Yellow Parenti, bro. Yellow Parenti enters chat. Let's go. Yeah. For example, just that quote from Yellow Parenti, especially for people whose heritage comes from the so-called developing world or who themselves to this day live in the developing world, is a massive switch up because it completely removes self-orientalization from the fucking conversation.
Lithium. You don't go to poor places to get copper. You don't go to poor places to get all of the rare earths or the raw earths, as
There's some niche fighting about Moldova in chat. I'm so confused.
calls them, from a poor place. So clearly there's something going on here as to why Africa looks like that and my country looks like this. And when I started asking these questions, I started to come to the realizations, because these people on TikTok kept pounding me in the head. Bro, that's wrong. That is wrong. Here is the evidence. You are wrong. And I started to realize, why is there a boss and an employee? Why does the boss not have to do work? Why does a shareholder not have to do work? And the employee does all of the work for the business, does everything from start to finish.
Because chat, they invested and like they put their name on the line, and like they did the big grind before the employees, so they deserve the fruits of their labor. Chat. I have erectile dysfunction.
But yet,
sorry,
the employee generates
the risk
$1,000 a day and gets paid $50 for that day's worth of labor. And then the boss makes $950 off of that person's day of labor. Why is it that an employee wants to get paid the most they can, but a boss wants to pay an employee the least they can? Why does that happen? Why is it that all of the rich countries start war in the places that are so-called poor, and all of a sudden, all of their corporations of the rich countries find contracts to get resources and minerals from the countries that they supposedly started a war with? I got answers to these questions. It became blaring. It became obvious that clearly the system...
There's no crazy evil cabal sitting in a room and deciding all of these things. They are defined as normal by a system, and not only as normal, but they are stimulated by the system we find ourselves in, to repeat ad nauseum. And that there is such incredible strength to that truth, because it just starts making sense. It starts actually making sense. Life no longer feels like it's just random events absolutely everywhere, and to a very large extent it still is. But when it comes to the cause and effect of labor, of money, of so-called success, of hyper-exploitation, of imperialism, etc., 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 you realize that, oh, is it a coconut? Did you just fall out of a tree? But quite literally, you realize it doesn't just, it's not inherent to our species. You start hating your species less. You stop hating your species because you realize that it is a system manipulating us into serving it instead of ourselves. And then you start living, finally. So while it's beautiful as a mechanism and tool for us to potentially exchange it with a system that will serve us better, it is also, just from an individualist perspective, also a great contributor to living a more fulfilling life. There's no loss added.
The system of capitalism was not a system that led to innovation. It stifled innovation, because when those companies come out that compete with Amazon, guess what Amazon does? Here's $1 billion check, and now take that business and shelve it. We're not using it. That can't compete with us. Or when that new technology comes out and it rivals Google, go buy up all of those AI companies and just conglomerate them into one Google AI. That's not benefiting innovation, because capitalism says that monopolies are inherent into the system of capitalism. It says that your job as a business owner is to grow and grow and grow and grow, to take as much of the market as you.
Can we at least say particular individual members of our species who are vital cogs in the machine? You think you can. Should you? You need to answer by yourself. But here in this chat, some people call it a LARP, but I actually believe in it. There is greater value when it comes to understanding just how bad the system is for the entirety of our species, by realizing that it unironically actually also does harm even the wealthiest members of our society. It is so impractical, it is so bad, it is so stupid that you have even people like Zuck or Elon Musk hoard more money than the pharaohs and realize that it's not giving them self-fulfillment, that it's not giving them real happiness, that it's not giving them purpose. I think that is much more impactful. Explaining that is much of a heavier hammer to put down than by, constantly like pointing at particular individuals who are class traders, etc., members of the bourgeoisie, blah, 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 and calling them enemies, etc., etc. I'm not saying this as like, we should feel for them. No, fuck them. But we should use it as extremely strong rhetoric to say, even if you do become the boot, you will also not be happy as the boot that steps instead of being stepped on. There's no self-fulfillment through accumulating money. There isn't. Do these fuckers look happy to you? One of them is rebranding themselves as Giga Chad Man, I love masculinity. The other one's is a fucking junkie with 20 fucking kids trying to fuck up the U.S. economy because, I don't know, reasons. Do these people look happy to you? No, they don't. So even being the boot also sucks. So let's all take off the fucking boot, please. Thank you, Barry Bowles, for taking a little bit of the boot off my neck, at least, when it comes to getting bread for the 5 gifties. Thank you very much. Yes, Hasanabi, we saw. Fucking awesome.
We can, and steal customers from your competitors. When these things started to make sense to me, and then finally, the cherry on top was reading communist literature. Reading the Communist Manifesto, which is like a good 6 out of 10. It's not that good. But then reading Lenin's work, reading Mao's work, actually reading Stalin's work, reading the work of communists that started to actually...
Be careful there. I completely get him. Beautiful. You don't have to, depending on who you're trying to talk to, don't drop names that, could be based. But to people that, a bit, just someone who's been doing this for 6 years, don't do too much. Don't do too many name drops, depending on what kind of community you're talking to. Thank you, Falls Kakaroto, for the 10 months. Thank you very much.
Actually explain why these things were the way that they are. Reading.
I will keep in mind. Yeah, you did absolutely nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. Just to get them hooked before you push them down a harder pipeline. Turbo Giga Chad, unafraid to say Stalin wrote cook shit.
And understanding from black revolutionaries like George Jackson.
Stalin is carrying the hose. Exactly. That was my metaphor, but my point, but more alpha coded. Gen alpha coded. I'm no longer talking to Zoomers in chat. You guys are irrelevant. We only talk to Gen alphas now, okay? Zoomers, those old people. Imagine being a Zoomer and thinking you're still young. That's hilarious.
Actually reading and understanding from W.D. Du Bois, actually getting the systems that exist inside of the American system, inside of the global international politics and economics. Once I understood that oppression and exploitation were the actual driving factors of capitalism, I couldn't be a capitalist. Because why would I want to uphold a system that exploits people? Why would I want to uphold a system that has people not being able to afford basic necessities? Why would I want a system where we have the technology to feed everyone on the planet, but yet 21,000 people died in 2022 right here in America from starvation? That 1 in every 7 children right here in America are facing malnutrition. Who wants to keep and uphold a system like that? Not me. So I became a communist. I became a communist because I cared about people. I've always cared about people. And I wanted to actually come up with solutions that would solve the problems for people, that would give people a house, that would give people...
And turns out a fucking Santa Claus looking alcoholic motherfucker from Germany kind of figured it out. And then we learned from it, and then we agitated for it. Absolutely. They normal, ethical person, meet each other, who happens to also be a chatter, which is base as shit. But yeah, there you go. This is called being normal.
Food. That
That's smart, obviously, but more importantly, normal. There's plenty of smart motherfuckers that are not normal. Whenever Stalin is carrying the hose, just show him the young Stalin picture. Oh my God, Romka, you keep stabbing me.
Give people medical care, that would give people education, so that we can focus on what it takes to develop as a society to improve the lives of the society, to improve the civilization as a whole, and not to benefit individuals, the 1%, while you have bootlickers that kiss Elon Musk's Twitter and tweets and say how great he is for sending spaceships to Mars that they'll never be able to ride. Once I understood that, you can't help but be a communist. And that's exactly why you should be a communist today.
Absolutely. Globalthink.info. Give them a follow. Basis shit.
Did you know that the United States...
Thank you, Robo. Robo sometimes sends me a good link. Thank you, Robo. In between all the millions of links that Robo sends me, sometimes we get a good link. Now, let's move into something that, like, even though I'm a massive TrueAnon fan, I'm an insane TrueAnon fan, but we kind of never talked about here. And what do I mean is that every fucking billionaire is a fucking pedophile. Oh shit, I said it out loud. No, I mean it. There's no reason to fucking censor this. They're pedophiles. They're pedophiles, and that's true. I mean, more about the Epstein list was unveiled. So let's learn from Flesh Simulator the 68 most interesting people in the Epstein files. Epstein files indeed. Who likes to have the sex with the children? As they say, not all billionaires are pedophiles. Not all pedophiles are billionaires, but all billionaires are pedophiles. Let's learn some more and probably feel like...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Hello. Today we're going to be taking a look through every single name in this, the Little Black Book. Actually, wait. Actually, hold on a second. Aha, there we go.
People ask how many hundreds of billions of people the communists have killed, but they're not asking about how many hundreds of millions of children billionaires have assaulted. That is the real question we are asking today here on YugopnikTwitch, and the answer most likely will be a lot of them. It's very bad.
Now we can take a look through this. No, I'm just kidding. All of
so making me laugh in the grocery like a crazy person. You're a crazy person walking around listening to a Twitch stream. That is insane behavior, and I like you. That is crazy.
This info has been out for...
I can put on this... Oh, wait. Let's dedicate ourselves to the bit. I'm gonna take off my mask. Mask slipping! Mask slipping! Slipping the mask! Okay. Let's dedicate ourselves to the bit. bit dedication is very important for the bit. Okay, let's make the LARP hard. Hasan got unbanned. We know. It's awesome. The Turks run the internet.
For about 5 years, and these are actually very uncomfortable when you have plates in them. So I'm going to take this off.
That's why I took the plate off when I use it on the stream.
All right, hopefully all of that has dragged this out past 30 seconds so I can say Epstein. Now, so what we're doing today is looking through the little black book, and as I'm sure many of you are aware, there was a big whole dog and pony show recently about the supposed release of the Epstein files. And then what wound up being released was actually a more redacted version of what I have right here. And
anybody that wants to learn more about Epstein TrueAnon is a very good liberal podcast you should all check out. I'm being ironic. It's not a liberal podcast, but they always fuck around on the podcast that they are an apolitical liberal podcast.
Yeah, so like what we're doing is I'm going to be reading through all the names on the Epstein Black Book, and for legal reasons, obviously, I need to specify this very clearly. This is not the client list. This is not a list of everyone who bought and sold children from Mr. Epstein. This is a list of like his contacts list. This is everyone who.
But based on the price the kids were sold on, you can pretty much guess that there's nobody on this list that was poor. Thank you, MFG Lag, for 12 months. Thank you very much. And same as like this is a cliche, but I'll still say it. You steal bread from the grocery store, or steal a bag from someone on the metro, and they put you in jail for 3-4 years. You steal hundreds of millions of dollars, and you get to live in a tennis court for 2 years, and you're out. Same thing apparently applies to sexually assaulting children. If you are an incredibly influential, wealthy, and powerful person, you do it, then we just make podcasts about it and YouTube videos like this. And that's the extent to which it gets to develop. Nobody ever sees jail time, except, I guess, the pimps who overdo it when it comes to who they're targeting, and therefore get the FBI involved and get screwed. Same like Epstein, same like Diddy. Okay, hot take, but these people are in jail not because of what they were doing, but because eventually they wanted to use it against somebody they most likely shouldn't have used it against. And by shouldn't have, I mean somebody that's much more powerful than them. That's why they're in jail, not because they were fucking children or selling children. The only thing that gets the hammer thrown down on them as hard as Epstein did or Diddy, while being members of the wealthiest clique in the world, is when they try to fuck with other members of the wealthiest clique in the world. Okay? Ain't nobody punishing pedophiles. They are punishing traitors. I need a soundboard thing for conspiracy, like Ron that plays. Yeah, the Tate brothers are currently in Florida, exactly. Brace is one of my favorite anti-Semitic tropes. Mine is Coindexter. I am Coindexter. Coindexter. Sorry for people that don't know. Coindexter. Can somebody send me like the X-File sound? I want to download the X-File sound. Oh yes. Yeah, I'm already downloading it and adding that. Download YouTube to MP3. Wait, that's piracy. I shouldn't be saying that out loud. I will definitely not go to the website that is YouTube to MP3 and then click the button that says convert and then, oh yes, tits. Ozempic and tits. Those are my ads. They should know that I prefer being fat and I prefer butts. Jesus. Ads aren't even what they used to be. Ads aren't what they used to be. Okay, now let me add the sound. Choose File. Where is the File? Downloads. Illuminati confirmed sound. Let's see if it works. And let me see. Thank you, Toasty. Fuck yeah, it works so good. It gives the X-Files gave me so many nightmares of child. Me too. I could never watch them as a kid. Alexa called me a dick for telling him I don't follow TrueAnon super closely, but I'm gonna meet Brace before him. You're gonna meet Brace. Fat Pikachu, go fuck yourself. How are you gonna meet? I mean, I talked to Brace like 50 times, but IRL, you're gonna touch Coindexter. IRL, I am supremely jealous. I'm supremely jealous. I talked to him plenty of times. Just had him on the deep program like twice, I think, or 3 times. But touching Coindexter, Jesus, talk about goals, bro. Fluke, man, too scary. It's literally my favorite show of all time. It's Xi Jinping's favorite show of all time. Wow.
Number he had. Because there's many reasons.
But also, I'm wondering, how are you going to meet an anti-Semitic fictional character IRL? That is strange.
Jeffrey Epstein would have your phone number. But the important thing here is that, this is all factual info. You can't sue me over this. Please don't. Okay, so we're just going in alphabetical order by last name here, or first name if there's no other names. Like, for example, this first one. Well, would you look at that? I uploaded this to YouTube and it got struck down pretty much instantly, like within a minute. So evidently, something displeased somebody. And so my original plan...
What the fuck? Seriously?
Alphabetical order by last name here, or first name if there's no other names. Like, for example, this first one. Well, would you look at that? I uploaded this to YouTube and it got struck down pretty much instantly, like within a minute. So evidently, something displeased somebody. And so my original plan, which I thought was funny, but I was,
No way. What? He uploaded it where he lists out the most interesting names of the people that are found in Epstein's little black book, and YouTube immediately fucking retconned that shit.
Talked out of it.
Now you're making me paranoid at Aldi.
Was to just re-upload the video, but with the audio in the, actual list rating part replaced with...
Shit, chat. Are we about to get banned on Twitch? Holy fuck.
2 hours and 57...
Because if I get banned, I don't got the pull that Hassan has, bro. I'm disappearing for like a month. I'm eating fucking sausages. Like the stalker type sausages out in the street, bro.
Minutes of just like the beep noise. But like I said, I was talked out of that by my panel of court viziers and mages and lawyers on retainer. And what I'm going to do instead is just sort of read a greatest hits list, so to speak, of the maybe top 68 most Epstein-y people on the list.
Incredible. Also, Twitch, if you're listening, we are watching a video of a man. We do not know what the content is going to be about. I have accidentally clicked the video. And I'm I'm slipping.
All right, so let's start here. Joanna Abu Sliman,
I can't
a
stop
public
the
relations
video.
professional and socialite known for connections in high society. Alejandro Agag, a Spanish businessman and former politician known for his role in Formula E racing. Azzedine Alaya, a renowned Tunisian-French fashion designer famous for his body-hugging designs. Alec Baldwin, American actor known for roles in 30 Rock and for shooting that lady.
Alec fucking Baldwin, bro. Yeah, Alec looks greasy, if you know what I mean.
Doug Band, political aide, notably an assistant to former President Bill Clinton.
Of course.
Ehud Barak, former Prime Minister of Israel and military leader.
And brother of Obama.
Sandy Berger, former U.S. National Security Advisor under President Bill Clinton.
Holy shit! Everybody in the Clinton era, bro. That's the horniest, and not in a good way, U.S. administration by far.
David Blaine, famous American magician and illusionist. Tony Blair, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Michael Bloomberg, cute little munchkin and former mayor of New York City and billionaire media mogul. Jean-Luc Brunel, owner of Corinne Models, the modeling agency used as a sex trafficking front. Joan Juliette Buck, former editor of French Vogue and American writer. Jimmy Buffett, American singer-songwriter known for Margaritaville. That one's a bummer. Ron Burkle.
You know, he nearly named half of Trump's cabinet. That, of course. I said horniest cabinet up until now, okay? Horniest cabinet up until now.
American billionaire businessman and Democratic fundraiser. Graydon Carter, former editor-in-chief of Vanity Fair magazine.
Of course, the Vanity Fair chief editor is a fucking pedo, bro. Oh, God. This writes itself, dude.
John A. Katzimatidis. Okay, here we go. John A. Katzimatidis, Greek-American billionaire, owner of Griestides Supermarkets. Bill Clinton.
Shit. Friendly fire, they got the Greeks.
Former President of the United States. Chelsea Clinton, daughter of Bill and Hillary Clinton, author and philanthropist. Not even going to make a joke there. David Copperfield, famouser American magician and illusionist. Bill Cosby, American comedian and actor, later convicted of sexual assault. Katie Couric, American television journalist, former Today Show host. Andrew Cuomo, former governor of New York, resigned.
I'm looking around. Who is surprised at Andrew fucking Cuomo here?
Amid scandal for killing all of the old people in the state of New York? No.
Andrew Cuomo wants to be like in the mainstream jet set of America so bad that I feel like he would fuck a kid, not because he's a pedophile, but because that would make him more appreciated by other billionaires and famous people.
Former governor of New York resigned amid scandal for killing all of the old people in the state of New York? No, worse, sexual harassment. Alan Dershowitz, an American lawyer, Harvard law professor, and the cause of up to 30% of current anti-Semitism. Bernie Ecclestone, British F1 mogul. Morgan Fairchild, American actress known for roles in...
What's up with Formula One shit? I feel like Epstein just wanted nice seats when watching the fucking Formula races. And of course, the Dersh. The Dersh got a Dersh. The world's greatest supporter of Israel also turns out to be a pedophile. Exactly nobody is surprised.
Flamingo Road.
The Dersh has not found a pedophile he would not defend. He's upscaled. Now he's defending mass-scale genocidal pedophiles.
Sarah Ferguson, British royal, Duchess of York, ex-wife of Prince Andrew. Charles Finch, British film producer and luxury brand consultant. Steve Forbes, American publisher of Forbes magazine and former presidential candidate. Katie Ford, American journalist and former model, daughter of Eileen Ford. John Gutfreund, former CEO of Salomon Brothers, influential Wall Street figure. Good old Salomon Brothers. Interesting building. Elizabeth Hurley, British actress and model known for Austin Powers. Carl Icahn, American billionaire investor and corporate raider. Suzanne Urquhart, co-owner of the New York Jets, Melania Trump's friend. Walter Isaacson, American author and journalist, former CEO of CNN. Ivanka Trump, daughter of Donald Trump, businesswoman and former White House advisor. Ivana Trump, Czech American model, first wife of Donald Trump. Mick Jagger, British rock star, lead singer of the Rolling Stones. Litch. Ted Kennedy, longtime...
How crazy is it to know that a guy basically built his career on pimping out young women, and then you introduce them to your daughter? Bruv.
U.S. Senator from Massachusetts, part of the Kennedy family. Robert Kennedy, current U.S. Secretary for Health and Human Services, and nominee for the 2024 award for Wormiest Brain. John Kerry, former U.S. Secretary of State and Senator, 2004 presidential candidate, was in the Skull and Bones, along with the other 2004 presidential candidate. Adnan Khashoggi, Saudi billionaire arms dealer linked to global scandals. David Koch, American billionaire industrialist, co-owner of Koch Industries.
Of course.
It's weird that they only had one. Henry Kissinger, former U.S. Secretary of State and National...
No way. Henry, I didn't know. Oh my God, my guy. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm being ironic. Everybody knew fucking Kissinger.
Security advisor, currently being... So you know how Jeffrey Dahmer died? Forever. Courtney Love, founder of the Foo Fighters.
Where can I find the list? I don't know what list you're talking about. We're simply watching a video of a man read out names that are very interesting, and a list of people that are very well known to the American public and the general international public. This has nothing to do with any sort of links to pedophile rings, okay?
Peter Mandelson, British politician, current British ambassador to the U.S., and infamously close friend and associate of Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell, British socialite, Epstein's associate, convicted of trafficking. Marvin Minsky, American AI pioneer and cognitive scientist. George Mitchell, former U.S. senator and Middle East peace negotiator. Didn't seem to do a very good job. Rupert Murdoch, really the person who the fault of modern society
A new child soldier.
lays the foot up.
Subscriber.
Thank you, Murphy. Thank you very much, Murphy. Thank you very much.
Australian-American media mogul, co-owner of Fox and News Corp. Martin Peretz, American publisher and former Harvard professor. Prince Andrew, British royal, Duke of York, second son of Queen Elizabeth II.
I mean, when you become a part of any group, you need to sign some sort of contract or give some sort of oath. But when it comes to the international capitalist and political quote-unquote deep state elite, it's you fuck children, and that's your contract, bro.
Stephen
Which, of course, has nothing to do with the list of names that this gentleman is reading out. Of course, zero.
Ratner, American financier and former Obama administration official. Bill Richardson, former governor of New Mexico and U.S. Secretary of Energy. Charlie Rose, American television journalist, former PBS host. Andrew Rosen, American fashion executive, founder of Theory clothing brand. Kevin Spacey, actor notable for his role as a serial killer and also for the movie Seven. Blaine Trump, American socialite, ex-wife of Robert Trump. Donald Trump, I think we know who he is. Melania Trump, second wife of Donald Trump. Third wife? Former First Lady. Robert Trump, American real estate executive, younger brother of Donald Trump. Chris Tucker, American comedian and actor, known for Rush Hour. Vanessa von Bismarck, German, fashion PR executive and socialite. Mike Wallace, American journalist, longtime 60 Minutes correspondent. Barbara Walters, American broadcast journalist, known for 2020 and The View. Bob Weinstein, American film producer, co-founder of Miramax. Dr. Ruth Westheimer, German-American sex therapist and media personality. Les Wexner, American billionaire businessman, CEO of Bath & Body Works, and notable for being the primary client of Epstein's money management firm.
Wait, are my two favorite sons fighting? Why are my two sons fighting? Why are my two sons fighting? Ah! Okay, we previously read out what Empanada said, and I told you what my take is on this difference between being right, which Empanada is right, and readjusting your language when speaking to people who might not be as informed on the topic in order to be able to change their opinion on said topic, which is what Hassan does, which is something I also agree with. So I will fucking puke if I see Hassan say I invite Israelis onto my broadcast all the time, or tell us how we need to empathize with and humanize Israelis who are victims of propaganda themselves. Again, Jewish exceptionalist, liberal, Zionist drivel. This last part, it's not Jewish exceptionalist, liberal, Zionist drivel, my friend. It is him speaking in a language that normies will understand because they have been brainwashed into thinking that being anti-Zionist is anti-Semitic. It does not encourage this sort of thinking. It is simply readjusting the language for the type of people that are listening. While
what I said, I stand behind. Ben Empanada is also completely correct in saying that it is 1,000,000 fucking percent not required of you at this fucking point to have to underpin that you are not anti-Semitic whenever you're criticizing Israel. Okay, we're far past that stage, and go fuck yourself. If somebody's entering the conversation with so little regard to you that they're calling you an anti-Semite because you are criticizing an apartheid state that has killed over 100,000 people, lowest estimates in the span of a year, then they can go fuck yourself. It is not on you to justify yourself. But so yeah, we agree on everything I'm saying. I believe we agree on everything we're saying. Validating the idea that we need approval from tokens among the enemy to oppose them just because they're Jewish. Again, yes, you should not need validation, but I don't think Hassan is doing this to receive validation, but because he is speaking to a very specific type of people very often that simply need to receive this as information, that it is not anti-Semitic to be anti-Zionist. That doesn't validate it. It's simply stating that the two things are not the same for a not demographic, but a group of people that do see those two things as the same. But doesn't it just continue to reinforce the dynamic that Palestinian statements are only valid if an Israeli endorses them? At a certain point, it becomes counterproductive to the message Palestinians want to send. Oh, absolutely it does. Absolutely it does. So it makes minus 500 cents for you to need to state that, hey, look, a Jewish person agrees with me when it comes to my reading of this Palestinian statement or what Palestinians in general are trying to tell the world. There, we absolutely agree. What I'm talking about is when trying to educate people on Israel in general, on their system, and on the general treatment of Palestinians in Israel, when you're basically doing an educational piece, you do, and talking to a very large, broad audience, you do need to bring up the point that this is obviously not anti-Semitic because of reasons X, Y, Z, right? This is not letting them win. This is simply knowing who your audience is. This is not complicated. And painting Zionists as being misled victims rather than the reality. Yeah, never do this. Yeah, don't paint Zionists as misled victims. Don't paint fascists as misled victims. Don't, fuck these people. No, absolutely. There's no reason for you to be running active defense on them, right? Sickening. Okay, and then what did Hassan say? The struggle is multifaceted. Internal pressure plays a role. I will not back away from contextualizing the role militant resistance plays in emancipation, but I also want to immediately discard those who have disagreements with me on that, especially when I have relied on their investigative reporting. Okay, here he's probably talking about specific Israeli journalists that he might have platformed from time to time, and their reporting in particular. Invite them both on stream right now. Both of them are banned. I mean, now Hassan is unbanned, but Empanada and Hassan up until recently. Especially when I have relied on their investigative reporting. I've used Yuval's work at plus 972 in the past. It's important not to take honest reporting and the bodies that Israeli Jewish allies put forth to protecting Palestinians for granted, even if we have disagreements. Okay, both this statement and this statement can live together. Because, oh God, how many fucking times do we need to talk about fucking funnels again and different sort of rhetoric being utilized for different sort of people when you're trying to educate them on a particular thing, or God forbid radicalize them on a particular thing. These things can coexist. The Yuval he mentions is the same Yuval who made the Oscar-winning No Other Land docu with Basil Adra. Okay. Invite Hassan and Ben Empanada and H3H3. Yeah. Coexisting funnels, heck no, yeah. And let's see Empanada's reply. No, it's not important at all to even mention or notice that someone is Israeli or Jewish in the context of Israel colonialism in the name of Jewish ethnic supremacy. If you wouldn't do it for the Nazis, you shouldn't be doing it here. If your critique on the basis of doing it here, yes, but the equivalency there is not similar, because here you are not fighting when addressing the fact that anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism. You are addressing over 60, 70 years of active, massively funded Israeli propaganda that has seeped into everyone's brain that fighting Israel means fighting Jewish people. And by addressing that, you are simply fighting against the rhetoric that is very commonly accepted, unfortunately. You did not need to fight rhetoric that Nazis deserve to do Nazi shit because otherwise it will be considered anti-German thought. So the equivalency there, at least in the context of trying to educate, is not really present, in my opinion. If you wouldn't do it for the Nazis, you shouldn't be doing it here. They're different. They are different because the Nazis did not have over 70 years of hardcore propaganda being shilled out in the United States or in Europe or anywhere else about how critiquing Nazis would make you extremely bigoted towards the German people. You get what I mean? But in Empanada's context of when it's not you trying to educate, etc., then yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I don't need to be considering Jewish supremacy or whatever when I'm saying that Israel sucks fucking dick. Like, well, thank you very much, Brenna MTL. Welcome to the community. Okay, if you critiqued on the basis of not considering, the perspective of Israelis, and your response is, "But I've literally talked to Israelis on my stream, and not the perspective of Israelis on an ethno-state run by and them for them means nothing," then you're leading people into liberal Zionism. I 100% agree with Empanada here. Are you leading them into liberal Zionism? But you do not need the perspective. Like, do we need to always interview Russian soldiers that are fighting in Ukraine when agitating for the Ukrainian cause? Or vice versa, if you're, I don't know, like in this case, pro-Russian military. You need the perspective of another one. You are tokenizing the magic Jewish person to an extent when you feel like you always need to. But does that lead to liberal Zionism? I mean, I don't think when Hassan platforms somebody from Israel and asks them about their opinions then very often like completely disagrees with them, that is leading them to types of thinking that is supportive of the continuation of Israel's existence as an ethno-state. You get my point? But the first part, like 1,000,000% agree. I feel like both of these men agree on like they just disagree about a particular aspect of the approach, which is fine to disagree with on because they're doing a different type of funnel. They're talking to two different types of people. And not the perspective of Israelis on an ethno-state run by and for them means nothing. Not considered, and your response is, but I've literally talked to Israelis on my stream, and not the perspective of Israelis on an ethno-state run by and them for them means nothing. Then you're leading people into liberal Zionism. It's nauseating and brainless. Agree 99%, but 1% causes the fight. Exactly. But he continues to legitimize the fact that we have to listen to Israeli perspectives when it's Palestinians being genocided. I have personally not noticed that being the case, respectfully. But if it is, yeah, at this point, fuck that shit. What I have seen from Hassan is continuously having to run defense and saying that and differentiating between anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism. That's what I've seen. Maybe I'm missing context. Basically, wait, it just got edited. Holy shit. Right in front of me. Oh my God, it just got edited right in front of me. It got bigger right in front of me. Holy shit, chat. The president says that he always says that he listens to Israelis and has them on when questioned about the Israeli perspective. I don't think he does it on purpose. I mean, if he simply uses it as a rhetorical tool to speak to people who are still brain dead from the perspective that you need to hear out both perspectives on something as respectfully black and white as the genocide of the Palestinian people, then yeah. Then it's simply used as a rhetorical tool, not to justify the other thing. But then again, one can pose the question of, are these types of people even, reachable? And is it just a waste of time? Thank you, Criseon2, for the 3 months as well. Thank you. Hype train incoming, and hype train did not come. Do not come. Do not come. The that Yuval is even given a platform to spout free the hostages bullshit as a travesty is only there because of an accident of birth, because a token Israeli stamp of approval is required on anything that Palestinians do. Yes, unfortunately, in a lot of circles, that is the case, and it is super fucked up that is the case, and that is absolutely fucking disgusting and should not quote unquote be encouraged. But I think saying that Hassan encourages this sort of stuff is also reaching a little bit too far.
A new child soldier, subscriber.
He just knows that for some people, in order to change their mind, they need to think that you are communicating to both sides. And if you're communicating to both sides quite literally as just what I think that Hassan is doing as a propaganda crutch, good type of propaganda, of course, then if it works, it works. If it works, it works. Thank you, Scrum Lord 420. Now we can have a conversation on whether it works. That is a conversation worth having. But yeah, I've been talking about it like fucking crazy. I even sometimes spammed Hassan's stream with comments that are identical to what Empanada says, but from the perspective so that people can see him reading out the comment and maybe getting a more critical perspective, but not to say that that cannot be useful. Vlad, you're just Hassan standing so hard. How am I Hassan standing when I'm also agreeing with Empanada? Are you listening to what the fuck I'm saying? It's required on anything that Palestinians do. If not for that, he would never have been included. Instead of challenging this by questioning it, you reinforced its continuation by pointing to it as legitimizing and special. That absolutely could be an unfortunate end result. Yeah. I can't argue this. I can't argue this, yeah. Uncritical support for both Bad Empanada and Hassan and everything they say, yeah. Still defending him when he's clearly wrong, but what is clear about this? Okay, one person is saying that
Needing to include Israeli voices in the conversation is fucking stupid because it benefits their ethno-state. Correct take. The other one is saying we include them only as a crutch in order to introduce more people to the conversation where they realize that what is happening to the Palestinians is super fucked up, and that even some Israelis agree on this, which is also correct. Not standing one or the other. It's just what one is being utilitarian, the other one is being principled. Now, based on what you value more, you will pick one or the other and stand behind it and go fucking But that's not what I do here. God. But yeah. Decent hot take from Empanada. I agree with the take. I agree with the general take, but I do not think that's either the intention or the result of what Hassan contributes to by including these voices. There you go. I think with Gulag Empanada on this one, because I really doubt it's productive to do this both-way agitation in this case. And it's not about being principled, but rather not wasting resources in this kind of middle-of-the-ground rhetoric. These people online should go outside and do real work. Is Hassan live? Is that fucking Turkish motherfucker live? Is he going live? Oh, he's going live. Unbanned. I'm back and apolitical now.
FBI, open up!
Was having a fantastic evening, fantastic afternoon, fantastic pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast.
Good for you, bro.
FBI, open up!
Sunny, California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Tuesday.
Literally, the entire scope of his punishment was needing to take a break for 24 hours.
That was Kneecap HOOD. We're live, and I am unbanned. That's right, a cause for celebration. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, I'm unbanned. That's right. I'm back, and less radical than ever before.
Why do I have the
of course.
same glasses?
Certainly going to be incredibly apolitical. Hold on. Let me be apolitical real quick because I'm very political right now. Hold on.
Hassan had to take a day off. Punishment worse than death for him. It is.
There it is. That's right.
That's being apolitical on Twitch right there.
Okay, this is a new dawn, a new day, okay? This is a new dawn, a new day, an apolitical day, ladies and gentlemen. You already know. You already know what it is. Let's go. Let's go. At a desk in a suit. He lies through his teeth and they still call it the news. Hell yeah, baby. Let me tell you, folks. I think the reason why the egg prices are so high is because transgenders. I don't think it's your landlord that raised the price of rent. I think it's transgenders.
Apolitical. Everyone agreed. Apolitical. Go. I mean, I'm not gonna steal his people. Go celebrate with the fucking Turk about being back. I'm glad that it only lasted 24 hours. Go spam our fucking shit. Agree with him that it's all the transgenders, all you transgenders in chat. Why are you making my rent go up? What the fuck? Thank you to all the subs. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the follows. If you haven't subbed but consider doing so, or you haven't followed, please do it. I mean, it costs a little bit. The follow costs absolutely nothing. We stream here 3 to 4 times a week, and we have some fun. Join all the communities down there. Now go and celebrate with my greatest Turkish enemy of all time, the now apolitical streamer Hasan. I'll go to bed and probably wake up tomorrow with Empanada throwing a grenade in my face. Okay? So thank you very much, and go and have some fun. Bye-bye, many kisses. I love you fucking fucks. Ciao.